जब भी आप पाकिस्तान के सामने खेलते हो दोनों ही कंट्री में एक अलग एटमॉस्फेयर रहता है।
पैशन जो क्रिकेट से स्टार्ट हुआ था वो डेफिनेटली इंडिया पाकिस्तान के मैचेस से भी हुआ।
पाकिस्तान के मैच में थोड़ा प्रेशर रहता है, थोड़ा डिफरेंट देखता है ऑडियंस।
ऑब्वियसली इसकी हाइप डिफरेंट होती है।
एक्साइटेड, बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ, हर कोई एक्साइटेड है इसको लेके।
जो एक्साइटमेंट लोगों में देखती हूँ मैं जब इंडिया पाकिस्तान का मैच होता है तो डेफिनेटली हीरो बनने का चांस होता है आपके पास।
Growing up, you always watched a lot of India-Pakistan games. You've seen the kind of fan following it has.
Oh, the emotions are high, the expectations are high. In come the defending champions. India are all set to take centre stage with their arch rivals. It's a team that's high on confidence, that has the World Cup in sights. First, they must start well in the Women's Asia Cup. They had the bitter taste of defeat against their arch rivals in the last edition of this tournament. Otherwise, it's heavily in favour of India in the history of this competition. New chapters ready to be written in an age-old rivalry, the greatest rivalry. India take on Pakistan as Rangari International Stadium in Dambulla is the venue for the next chapter to be written. So much to look forward to no matter what the occasion. India and Pakistan, when they play, it is special. Both captains now ready for this one, for the toss in the middle with Isabel Joyce.
Well, it really is an honour and a privilege to be out here in the middle with two of the greats of the women's game. I am, of course, talking about the captains of India and Pakistan. It's Harmanpreet Kaur, and I have, of course, Nida Dar as well. And match referee Michelle Pereira is here as well to oversee proceedings. Nida, you've won the toss. What have you decided to do and why?
We're going to bat first. It looks like very dry wicket and totally batting wicket best, so I guess we have a bat first.
There are some wind conditions going on here. How much have you talked about that tactics-wise and selection-wise?
Definitely, it depends on the wind a lot of, but we have practiced a lot of matches and training in Karachi, and that's a lot of wind there, so we are well prepared.
It's been a tough period coming into this. How important is it to have this opportunity ahead of the World Cup to play in a tournament and reset things?
Definitely, it's a great opportunity ahead of Women's World Cup. Definitely, it's a great practice for us, and especially against India, we have a great practice.
You won the last time in this tournament. How much does that play on here?
Yeah, we have confidence that we have actually won the last year, but yes, we have a good combination of bowlers, good combination of batters, so we actually come here to play a good match.
Okay, thank you so much, Nida Dar. Harmanpreet, are you happy with bowling first? Is that what you would have chosen to do?
Well, for us, anything was okay, but I think conditions will remain same for both the innings, and yeah, I think now we have a chance to get them on a short total.
You have such an amazing record in this tournament, but these guys did beat you last time out. How much would you like to reverse that this time around?
Well, every game is important for us, and today is also it's the first game, and we just want to, get that rhythm from the first game, and yeah, we're looking positive and looking confident for this game.
You're coming off a recent series against South Africa. Any team news you want to change, or you're telling us about coming into this one?
Well, we have 3 changes. The last T20 we placed against South Africa. Renuka back, place of Arundhati and Hemlata, and yeah, 3 changes here. So too many changes here.
We'll have to wait until we see the team sheets to find out. Thank you so much, Harmanpreet Kaur. So that's it from the middle. The news is that the Pakistan have won it, and they're going to bat first.
Right, Harmanpreet Kaur is not bothered with the result of the toss. It continues to be glorious conditions for cricket, and Pakistan, like they did in Bangladesh a couple of years ago when they registered their first win against India in this tournament, they are going to bat first again. Nida Dar will have the opportunity to just raise the expectations of the Pakistan cricket public. This team has had a bad time of it recently in bilateral cricket, but here we are ready now. I've got India and Pakistan in either corner to my right as well. Mithali Raj, Marina Iqbal. Let's talk about the result at the toss first up, and given what we saw in the afternoon game. Mithali, thoughts?
Well, I think if India would have won also, probably they would have chosen to bat first. Because as Harman rightly said, the conditions might not differ much in the second innings. But because it's a high voltage game, you always want to put runs on the board. And the first game, if we talk about the afternoon game, I think it was very impressive cricket by Nepal.
Yep.
Because they've bowled extremely disciplined line and length, and the way they have batted, aggressive approach right from the front. And the woman of the match was exceptional in her batting.
Yeah, we see a little bit of history made for Nepal, their first win, but the focus now is whether Pakistan can add to their tally from winning the first time against India in the last edition of this tournament. Marina, there's a lot that's going on in Pakistan cricket. You were selector until recently. Nidadar and the new management here, a win today would just change the mood, wouldn't it?
Well, definitely a win against India and starting off and kicking start that campaign of Asia Cup, I think that would be a huge booster for them. But again, I've always been a huge advocate that in T20 games specifically, you have to be clinical in all three departments, especially if you want to beat a disciplined and dominating team like India. So you cannot just take anything easy. But on the flip side, I think Pakistan mostly need to take it as another game, because playing against India, that has extra added pressure and you might get distracted. So I think they just need to take it like any other game.
Yeah, let's talk about teams, shall we? Harmanpreet Kaur is referencing that levelling win against South Africa in Chennai the last time she played. India have a plan in place. We'll come to that in a second. Given it's Pakistan batting first, we're going to see Sidra Amin and Gulfiroza at the top. Muniba will take the gloves. Nidadar, big player of the match the last time that Pakistan beat India. And after that, it's a debut, it looks like. Marina, take me through that.
Now it's Aroop Shah coming back into the squad. They opted for two leg spinners, Tuba Hassan and Aroop Shah, and they both are pretty decent. They can turn the ball, and given the conditions, I think if they are disciplined in the terms of line and length, they might pick up wickets. Fatma Sana, another crucial role to play with the bat as well as up front with the ball. And you can see that Sidra Amin has been scoring more runs.
All right, Mithali, Harman confirmed a couple of changes. Hemlata is one of them, and we see Renuka in there. No Arundhati Reddy. Your thoughts on this team?
Well, I think even Richa Ghosh is back. She had a concussion against South Africa in that series, and they have Hemlata, who usually comes at number 3 for that big hits, and Renuka, who hasn't been among wickets, but she will look to turn that around in this Asia Cup.
All right. Well, we want to understand as much as we can about what the surface will play like. This is the first evening game in a span of 6 days. So let's go back to the centre. Izzy Joyce is there, and Padamjit Sehrabat as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. This game is played on the surface, on the ground, but it runs in the winds. And to read the surface and the nature of it, former Ireland captain, Madam Joyce, please dissect this for us.
Well, we saw earlier there was good pace and bounce for the seamers, but for the spinners it held up a little bit, so you can't get too short on your lengths. There was also turn, especially at this end, at the scoreboard end, but really you want to pay attention to the wind.
Yeah, there was a lot of, you spoke about the intensity and the velocity of the wind. Has it died down a little bit as compared to the afternoon game?
Well, I thought it had, and then I'd just been watching the India team warm up, and as the balls were being hit towards that boundary, lots of catches dropping in front of them. Yeah. So it's something that they're going to have to think about and talk about right before the game. Also, the cap's flying off, so if you're a spinner that's bowling with a cap on, you need to rethink that. Also, hitting with the wind, of course, is going to get you more boundaries than going the other way.
Pakistan are batting first. Do you see the Indian spinners coming in the power play itself?
I think it's a really good plan. I really think they should, because it's difficult to hit through the field for the spinners. The pace on this outfield is lightning, 65 metres all the way around. So it's a big hit to get there, but when you get it through the infield, it absolutely races away.
All right, so the message for the centre is this pitch will reward and honour quality. Back to you, Ronak.
All right, Padam, thanks for that. Thanks to Izzy Joyce as well. Harmanpreet Kaur just figuring which ball to take out now. And she's going to toss that Renuka Singh in a little while from now. Mithali, let's look at key players. India have this tournament in mind. They have the T20 World Cup in mind. So let's just have a look at your standout players for Harman's side.
Well, I think you can see at least Harmanpreet Kaur there, one of the key players for India. And there you have Jemima Pooja Vastrakar, who had a very good series against South Africa, Deepti Sharma, who usually contributes both with the bat and the ball. All three players have a very good stats, especially playing in Sri Lanka and against Pakistan. You also have Smriti Mandana, who's among runs, and Shefali, if she gets going in the initial stages of the innings, I think India usually wins a lot many matches.
Jemmy's an interesting one because she's likely to bat 5. Do you like that, or do you like to see her at 3?
Well, in the context of the last couple of series for India, I think they've tried to have Hema coming at number 3 to exploit the 6 overs if there is a fall of wicket, and so Jemmy is at number 5 to stabilize again. But usually the game that she has, it's usually preferred to be at number 3.
Marina, Pakistan, some players who haven't even played international cricket this calendar year called back in. It's a new look side with just the World Cup in a little while from now. Your key players?
Well, definitely in terms of scoring, Sidra Amin has been prolific for Pakistan. She's been scoring and highest run scorer. I think she has a very important role to play up the order. Then Nida Dar herself, the character she has, the sort of player she is, she likes to take on the challenge. She has a good record against India. And then Fatma Sana with new ball, and even in death overs, she has an important role to play also with the bat. But Nida, I think we have heard what she said and mentioned in the interview as well. She likes to play against bigger teams, especially against India. She loves that leading the team role, and I think that brings the best out of her. But again, they have to let the passion rest a little bit and be clinical and disciplined about tonight's game.
You can't help but think emotion will be running through the veins of Nida Dar and her counterpart, Harmanpreet Kaur, who we did manage to catch up with. Let's listen into Harman. For the players, but responsibility and focus and the spotlight on the captain here is indeed India's Harmanpreet Kaur.
Take one. Cricket, I think, is everything to me. Without cricket, I don't think मैं कुछ होती या फिर जो क्रिकेट ने नाम दिया है वो कोई और फील्ड मुझे दे पाती. तो आई थिंक फॉर मी क्रिकेट इज अ गॉड.
That's a good looking shot. She runs here.
जितना भी मैंने चाहे बचपन में ड्रीम करा हो, चाहे उसके बाद खेलते खेलते ड्रीम करा हो, तो सब क्रिकेट ने ही दिया है. ऑफ फील्ड बोल सकती है, जब मैंने फर्स्ट टाइम इंडियन जर्सी होल्ड करी थी और मैंने फर्स्ट टाइम पहनने के बाद जब फ़ोटो ली और आई वाज जस्ट थिंकिंग अबाउट कि ये फ़ोटो सबसे पहले कौन डिज़र्व करता है, कि शुड आई सेंड इट टू माय पेरेंट्स और कोच जिन्होंने मुझे ये प्लेटफॉर्म दिया, जिन्होंने मुझे अपने स्कूल में एडमिशन दी, बोला कि यार तेरे लिए मैं क्रिकेट चालू करूँगा, उसको भेजूँ. तो आई वाज सो कंफ्यूज कि मैं पहले किसको भेजूँ, है ना, क्योंकि मेरे लिए दोनों ही इंपॉर्टेंट थे, इक्वली इंपॉर्टेंट थे.
Straight down the leg side, she's paying for it. It's the second time around. Again, a couple of bounces to the fence.
On the field, 2017 में जब when I scored 171, that was something I remember before that game. मेरे एक फ्रेंड ने मुझे बोला था कि कल हम तभी जीतेंगे अगर आप 150 रन बनाओगे. मैंने बोला 150 रन, तो मतलब ठीक है, 100 तो मैंने सुना है कि आप 100 बनाना कल जीत जाओगे. 150 तो मतलब ये कैसी डिमांड है ना, 150 रन बनाना पड़ेगा कल जीतने के लिए. तो वो थोड़ा सा कहीं ना कहीं मेरे दिमाग में ना वो पूरी रात स्ट्रक भी हो गया और ऐसे सोचती रही यार हाँ ऑस्ट्रेलिया वाली टीम है ना, इनको तो हराने के लिए कुछ अलग ही खेलना पड़ेगा क्योंकि इतनी स्ट्रॉन्ग टीम थी उनकी। तो आई थिंक वो मेरे लिए बहुत स्पेशल डे था।
Inside out. It's a strong hit. It's a boundary. It's a hard century as well for the Indian captain coming in real quick time.
लास्ट 8-7 साल हमारी टीम की परफॉर्मेंस काफ़ी अच्छी रही है। उससे पहले भी हम क्रिकेट खेलते थे लेकिन इतने टूर्नामेंट्स हम जीत नहीं पाते थे और इतनी मतलब इम्प्रेसिव क्रिकेट नहीं खेल पाते थे। तो हम लोग हमेशा यही डिस्कस करते हैं कि अगर 2 ऑप्शन है तो हमेशा एग्रेसिव ऑप्शन चूज़ करेंगे। जैसे पहले बहुत ही ऐसे लगता था कि थोड़ा सा डरा हुआ क्रिकेट खेला जाता था, सब बहुत जल्दी डर जाते थे कि अगर थोड़ा सा भी आपके प्लान के हिसाब से नहीं चल रहा, लेकिन अभी थोड़ी सी ब्रेव क्रिकेट खेली जाती है तो ब्रेव डिसीजन लिए जाते हैं।
What a way to win it! India, the champions of Asia for the 7th time.
टाइम के साथ साथ हम लोगों को स्टेडियम में आने के लिए हम लोगों ने फोर्स कर दिया थ्रू आवर परफॉर्मेंस।
Right, Harman versus Nidadar. Who will strike first in the opening game? Marina Mitali still with me. First inning score. What will be a good one, Marina?
Well, given the conditions and the bowling lineup for Pakistan, if they manage to post something around 135 to 140, that should be good.
Yeah, we saw the first game, 115, well below par. Conditions to change, and your score?
I would look at if India can restrict them below 130, because if they get a spinner in the power play and get a couple of wickets, then they are in.
Right, live action coming up very shortly. The greatest rivalry, India versus Pakistan. Stay with us.
India has its signature on the history of Women's Asia Cup. Started in 2004, they were the champions. They were victors again in the following edition. Winners, and it was a hat-trick of wins. For the third time, they were the champions. Editions were different, a winner was the same. India had their name written on the trophy. The team was getting better, performance was getting stronger. 2018 was the only blip when Bangladesh were the champions. India, out of the 8 times that the Women's Asia Cup has been scheduled, has won it 7 times. And that is no ordinary feat. Look at that, 2004, 5, 6, 8, 12, 16, 18. 18, Bangladesh beat India twice. Once in the league stages, then again in the big final. Then India came out stronger in 2022 and they beat Bangladesh in the final. Out of the 8 editions, 7-time champions India are right here. And welcome to a certified blockbuster. It's the biggie that greets you and welcomes you on the Star Network and Disney Plus Hotstar. It is India versus Pakistan. This is no ordinary game and the weak-hearted should stay away from this one. Smile, swag, the trophy. We quite like it. Sorry, we quite love it. Yes, this is the build-up to this huge encounter. Coach busy talking to the captain. Head-to-head, Asia Cup, they've met 6 times. 2022, solitary time when Pakistan got better of India. India has its dominance on the other encounters, no doubt about that. Toss happened a short while back. Former Ireland captain Isabel Joyce was there and Pakistan called it correct, and batting is what they've chosen. This is the side. I will bring in Marina on this one straight away.
Yeah, starting with Sidra and Gulfaroza. Gulfaroza loves to play her stroke, but Sidra Amin has a vital role to play. Muniba being pushed down on number 3, Nida coming in, and Alia, these two have, and even Iram, they have a huge responsibility to take up the run rate up a notch. They've got 2 leggy and 2 left-armers, including 1 pacer.
From the Pakistan greats to India's gem, when we feature India's playing 11 in the voice of the best ever, Mithali Raj.
I think the changes that they have made is really good for this game because Hema comes in at number 3, power-packed. Richa Ghosh, who everybody knows, who can easily clear the boundary. And we have Renuka Singh, who's been among wickets, especially in the subcontinent, though she may not have had a great home series, but I think this is a very good side.
This seems to be a very good side, and off late under the new coach, they're looking even better. Talk about the test wins, talk about the big performances. When a side has started to score 600 plus runs in test cricket, it speaks a lot. Both the sides, you'll talk about experience, they have it. And speak about Pakistan, Marina, tell us something about them more.
Starting with Nida Dar, she loves to take up the challenge. She's one of those characters that never shies away of taking responsibility. And I think each and every one, it's a good mix of youngsters and seniors. And they are coming back, few of the players are coming back. Nida Dar, Alia Riaz, they both are the experienced ones, have huge responsibility, including Muniba. She is one of those players who can make an impact in any game.
All right, we spoke to Nashra Sandhu a short while back. Take a listen. Nashra Sandhu, India versus Pakistan. Privilege or pressure?
Privilege.
Privilege. Big team, big game. They always say when you go into a big contest, go with the happy memories. Did you discuss 2022 win against India in Asia Cup?
Yeah, we discussed, but it's a new game. We don't have to look at the past memories or something like that. But still, I have performed well against these teams and versus India, obviously. So I'm looking forward to do a great performance.
Give us 2 players that you think are going to be very crucial from India. 2 names.
Maybe captain and Smriti, yes.
Yeah, so you mean Harmanpreet and Smriti
Harmanpreet and Smriti.
Okay, so how is the mood in the camp before you go into a contest like this?
We all are very excited. We have different plans, new coaches. Everything is superb. I think we all are ready for this match.
आप अपने fans को अगर यहाँ से कोई message भेजना चाहेंगे पाकिस्तान में क्या करें?
Fans को यही कहेंगे कि बस support करें और इंशाल्लाह हम अच्छा खेलेंगे, अच्छी उम्मीद रखें.
All the best.
Thank you.
And then Harmanpreet Kaur, does she need an introduction? Absolutely not. India, the most successful team in Asia Cup with 7 titles. Smriti Mandhana, what a golden year this has been for her. Test cricket, shortest version. Talk about Shefali, plenty of potential. Talk about Jemima Rodriguez. Talk about Deepti Sharma. And 3,320 runs for Smriti Mandhana. And we spoke to her a short while back. Take a listen. What does Smriti Mandhana tell herself before a big game like this?
I think pretty same. Firstly, don't have to think that it's a big game. That's a key point, you know. Prepare the same way. I think, you know, routines are really important for me. I think preparation is key, but it doesn't change in terms of how big the game is or which game it is. I think even if I play any game, I think I'll do the same thing or think the same way. So really not thinking too ahead or, you know, thinking how big a game is. I think the only thing I keep telling myself is watch the ball and play accordingly and won't change for any match.
Smriti, how has the team adopted and accommodated the new coach, Amol Majumdar?
Yeah, it's been, I think, amazing. I think since the time he's been part of the team, the environment has been really, really amazing. He's really adapted. He's understood women's cricket a lot, you know, in last 10 months of his tenure, and we've all, enjoyed working with him. Plus, the kind of experience he gets to the table, I think he really understands the player, and he knows what to talk to which player, which is great quality to have. And yeah, I just feel that him coming into the team has made a massive difference in the last 10 months.
This has been a very good year for you. 3 centuries against South Africa, golden year, highest score in T20 for India so far. What are the goals you've set for yourself in this particular Asia Cup?
Yeah, I think, as I said, I think very simple. No goals. I've been really in last 1.5, 2 years just really not thought a lot ahead. Just trying to do every day. Just trying to take each day at a time. So really not really lying, but there's no goal. Just want to do each and everything right in terms of preparation, and then rest whatever happens. God has his own way. That's the only thing which I keep telling myself in the last maybe 8 or 9 odd months. So the plan is definitely to not have a plan for the Asia Cup or the next 6 months, which are huge for us in terms of the World Cup coming ahead as well. But yeah, I think as I said, it's only about doing right things.
Yeah, Smriti, keep giving us those graceful cover drives. All the best.
Thank you so much.
They're keeping it simple. Simplicity is the best virtue, Mithali?
I think sometimes it's best to stick to your fundamentals, as we call, because tournaments like this, if you have a good run before, you want to continue that. And what has worked for you in the past, you want to continue with that in the coming tournaments.
All right, we're all set. Pakistan won the toss. They've decided to bat first. It's an ace encounter. Giving her the ball, giving her the time, giving her the field. These can be very useful words, Marina, before a contest to a bowler, captain standing by her side.
Yeah, just words of wisdom, just trying to give her confidence and obviously a game plan. Gulfiroza, she likes to play her stroke. Got best of 30, strike rate is 79. Got a huge responsibility with Muniba Ali. He's one of those players who can make an impact. Has been brilliant for Pakistan. Can keep the wickets as well. 250s, 100. These are the numbers she would like to repeat again.
We're all set. Renuka has the ball. Just a final confirmation, Pakistan won the toss. They've chosen to bat first. In the afternoon, we had the first game. And Nepal finally embracing a win that had been eluding them for so long. Beat UAE. And we're all set for the second installment of this doubleheader. India versus Pakistan. About to go live. The field that they've taken so far, the 2 fielders that you can take out. Long leg is one of them. And the other fielder is at deep square leg, rather. And that is because she brings the ball in for the right-hander. Renuka ready. Got a slip too.
Pakistan has opted to go for Gulfiroza rather than Sintra Amin. He has been doing most of the runs for Pakistan, had good couple of years. Gulfiroza, probably the only thing I can understand is they would have pushed her up the order to go and utilize the power play.
Harman knows the importance of the power play, not to concede runs, taking her own time. And again, the two fielders they've taken out this time around, because for the left-hander, it's going to be an away-going delivery. You've got a wideish third man, you've got a slip, and then you've got a backward point as well. And does swing the cricket ball, doesn't she?
Renuka is not someone who really bowls with good pace, but yes, she's a very smart bowler who has her variations, her leg cutter, and she can vary her length, bowls the slower ones as well. But then she's not been having a great time in the home series against South Africa, which she definitely would like to change here in the Asia Cup.
Well bowled, taps, no run there. Marina, would it be a good strategy to keep coaching aside and rely on pure instincts?
At times, yes, but you need to bring the coaching in as well, especially when you have a game plan. And I talk about matchups, you need to pick your bowlers, which ones to attack, which ones to probably just nudge around. And that's really important for Pakistan if they want to post a good total.
And I would ask you that, what's a good total?
Well, if they can manage to get 135, 140, that'll be good.
Okay, we got it. Just uses the bowler's pace, opens the face of the bat. 135 will trouble India, Mithali?
Well, I don't think so. I think maybe around 150 plus is what might trouble India chasing, but with the likes of Smriti Mandana and Shafali Verma opening the innings for India, if they get going, I think even 150 would be less.
Shafali Verma can do a lot of damage in very little time. And then you talk about the graceful Smriti Mandana. Inside edge, two noises. Appeal came from everywhere. Mid-off, cover. Only person was not interested was the wicket-keeper.
Yeah, intent being shown by Gulfiroza, just to shimmy down the track. Just playing against the line.
Yeah. The dynamite that she is really gives the impetus that you require at the start. Can do a lot of damage in very little time. And whenever she scores 30 plus runs, team's winning percentage goes beyond 83%. So early start means a lot. And when she will score those 30 plus, she will score at a rate of 140 and more. Good over so far. Last ball of the over coming. Wicketkeeper standing up just to put more pressure and not allow the batsman to drag the back foot out of the crease. 1 over gone, 4 without loss.
Gulfiroza, Muniba Ali, they're out in the middle. Rameen, a very steady head on her shoulders. And then comes the powerhouse Nida, Alia and Iram. Iram can change the color of the game very quickly once she gets going. Fatma also handy with the bat, Tuba can bat as well. And these two leg spinners will have huge role to play along with Nashra Sandhu and Sadia up in the power play.
Is this the 11 to your liking, or would you make a change to it?
I think that's probably the best 11 they could have picked.
Lovely. Pooja Vastrakar will bowl the second of the innings. 67 matches, 53 wickets for her. Economy of 6.3, especially when you bowl in the power play. It's not bad at all. What's the sort of a field that the captain has given her? 2 fielders, and those 2 fielders are on the onside for the left-hander. Square leg and long leg. That's the reason. Brings it in for the left-hander.
She's not much of a swing bowler, but somebody who hits the deck, and that's where her strength is. She gets this a little bit of a lateral movement of the wicket, going out, coming in as well. And she also has her variations, but one of her strengths have been that she bowls very effective short pitch bouncers. Bouncers have been very, very effective for Pooja Vastrakar.
That's the reason the short fine leg has been sent back at the moment you spoke about the short ball. And the fielder from extra cover comes inside the circle. Will we get to see a short ball here? Mithali is reading the captain's mind to perfection. Oh, it was short enough for her to pull to mid-wicket, and that's the first boundary.
Easy pickings for Gulfaroza. Doesn't rely a lot on footwork, but can read the length pretty early. Was smashed hard, just waited for it, played underneath the eye. The best thing was she managed to put it away in front of square for a boundary.
Doesn't have too much of a backlift on that shot. Just whipped it. Normally when you pull it, you just, it's like a good old golf swing, high backlift, full follow through. Now field placement again. Third man also brought inside. Mid-wicket has been put in place. Long leg was there earlier too. So you've got mid-on, mid-wicket, deep mid-wicket and long leg. 5-4 field. Pitches it up. Beautiful looking drive. Good start this. They're finding the meat of the bat early.
Definitely a good start for me as well. They're looking pretty comfortable out in the middle, but they need to carry on like this. They need to utilize that power play, because the spinners, the quality spinners India have, and especially on this surface, they're definitely going to make things difficult for Pakistan.
Yeah, and the big question is, when will the spinners be brought in? When do you see the spinner bowling the over? Will it be the third, the fourth? High up in the air, will it be the first wicket? It is the first wicket. Vastrakar strikes.
Clearly you jinxed it. Well, India has done their homework. They knew that Muniba Ali is also strong at clear of the wicket, but it was way outside off, and that was Gulfaroza. He struggled against West Indies and South Africa on a short ball, and that's exactly what the plan was against Gulfaroza, and that has worked for India. First blow for Pakistan. Gulfaroza got on 5. Pakistan 1 down on 9.
Mithali, you said short ball is something that he uses to great effect as Sidra Amin comes into bat. You picked it right. Short stuff, forced her to pull. Easy little catch. Harmanpreet making no mistake.
I think that is one of, as we spoke, Pooja's effective ball. You've seen little short. It wasn't too short, but it came too quick to the batter, and she was in no position to dispatch it. And they took the right field as well. They've changed a field after that boundary. They had a deep square leg. They have a deep fine. So the batter, they forced the batter to play either over short mid-wicket or mid-on.
The contest is always not between bat and ball. It's always between one mind and the other as well. Anticipation, strategy, planning, execution. 2 gone. It's 10 for 1. That's the playing 11 for India. Mithali, would you have seen a change? Would you wanted a change, or is that your liking?
I think this is the right playing 11. I would say you have batting way till Pooja Vastrakar, and you have good quality 5 bowlers, out of which 3 are spinners, idle for this wicket, and you have good 2 seamers who's already got a first wicket. So I think it's a perfect 11.
And the captain's got a catch. Vastrakar's got a wicket. India's got the early start that they wanted to. And that would straight away affect the plan. This is what we're talking about. So Vastrakar will come to bat at number 8. So Marina, India bat deep. That's more problem for Pakistan.
I think they've got decent bowling lineup in terms of spinners, and also Fatma Sana up with new ball.
Oh, there was a diving effort. She got the room and she went all out with it. Got a boundary.
Quick on offer, and she made sure she utilized it. It was aerial, yes, not much in control. Relied more on the reach and just the hands. Got away with it.
These are the chances you'll have to take.
That was quite far away, I would say, Paddy.
Talk about the batter. You get it short, you cut it.
Well, I think for a second, even the batter had a heart in the mouth.
Yeah, with power play on, it'll be there only for 6 overs, 2 fielders out. That's the luxury you won't have after that. So whatever chance you can take it now.
Pakistan, if they were watching the early game between Nepal and UAE, I think they had a blueprint. They should have a blueprint how Sanjana played that innings. And the one standout thing was he punished those loose deliveries. Especially in T20, you need to bounce on those opportunities to score runs.
Yeah, you need to have that robust approach, attacking mindset. Oh, well bowled. Completely disguised, and wicketkeeper doing a fine job. Not easy standing up to the stumps and taking that cleanly.
I think Renuka is usually very effective if the keeper stands up, is because that allows the bowler to pitch up to the batter. When she is a swing bowler, her length has to be up to the batter.
And because she doesn't have too much of a pace on her, so that's the reason. Batsmen then will not be coming out because you have wicketkeeper standing up. So that's a good move. Slip is intact still. Well bowled.
Muniba Ali, she's very strong, square of the wicket. Anything pitched up that might be uncomfortable for her. And I think with Renuka, she needs to rethink her plan. Can't be relying on Renuka to drop shot and score runs. You have to have shots for that pitched up delivery as well.
Only best chance can be going over the top straight. But for that, you need something in the slot, and she's not bowling in the slot. It's not just the line, it's the length also that is so perfect at this moment. Again, she has to manufacture a shot. She does it quite successfully. Ends the over with a boundary. It's 3 gone, 19 for 1. 8 teams, 10 days of pulsating action. Final to be played on 28. Now flat throw. Oh no. Below average throw that. Able to collect 2.
That might be the standout for this partnership. Muniba just crafting that shot. She knew the length was going to be pitched up, but the line actually helped her to play that shot with the fielder up in the circle. Both of them are quick between the wickets.
Love the word you used, crafted. She had to, because there was no other way. All your options were shut, and that was quite brave of her. Bring out her craft and get that boundary. Talk about the schedule. 8 teams, 10 days of pulsating action for you. We are on the first day. It's the doubleheader. Tomorrow we're going to have those 2 games, Malaysia versus Thailand, Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh. And then on the 21st, India plays UAE, Nepal plays Pakistan. On the 22nd, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Bangladesh, Thailand. We'll go down to the 28th and we play the big final. And mind you, for the first time, we're having 8 teams. Mithali told us in the earlier game that when you played the first edition of Women's Asia Cup, there were only 2 teams.
Yes, I did. And today we have 8 teams. And I'm sure in the coming years, we will keep adding more and more teams to the tournament to make it more competitive and also give more scope for young girls from different countries to dream of playing for their country.
So the other teams had not started to play cricket, or they refused to play the Asia Cup?
I think there's so many teams that they actually have to play a qualifiers to get into Asia Cup.
Yeah, because that is what the story is. Cuts it beautifully. We'll get a boundary for that one. The moment she got room, that's 4 in all over it.
Muniba Ali, she's not going to spare any delivery outside off stump. Slashing her bat. These are the opportunities I was talking about. Just go hard at it if you want to clear that infield. Make sure you've got a steady base. You hit it hard. Earns another boundary. Width has been a problem. Even in the earlier game, we saw a lot of runs coming from outside off stump.
Good thing is whenever they are sensing an opportunity, they are capitalizing on that. Shot. Will that be wicket number 2? It is wicket number 2. Vastraka gets a second. India get Muniba.
I think as we were speaking about Pooja Vastraka's short ball, there it was. And Muniba tried to play it as an uppercut, I think, but maybe she met the ball much earlier than what is required, and it was a simple catch to Jemima at covers, and she would be disappointed. And Pakistan here loses the second wicket at 26.
They've got the plan, they've got the ploy, and they are executing it to perfection. Muniba scored 11, Pakistan 26 for 2. Alia Riaz, plenty of experience. Has to play better than what the average suggests. Got 115 T20 internationals to her name. Renuka has bowled 2 overs for India, conceded 12. Vastraka has picked both the wickets, and both with the same strategy that Mithali had emphasized earlier. And that is the plan she uses. Pitches in short. That's batter pulls. Missed time. Wicket. Another bouncer. That was a quicker one. 4 gone. 26 for 2. India has not waited for wickets to come their way. They've created chances. At one end, there's no pace. At the other end, pitch it in short, dig it in hard. Make the batter pull and pick up wickets.
I think it did stuck a little bit in the surface. Muniba Ali was trying to utilize the pace, but couldn't really get it out of the middle. She was furious, and rightly so. Pakistan need to learn quickly from their mistakes. They need to read the game plan from India.
Bowler didn't appeal. Richa Ghosh was interested for a very long time. Bowler, just for formality's sake. Yeah, because there was a thickish inside edge. We thought there was an edge too. Let's take a look. two noises.
Was it off the bat? But from the view, it looks like right in front of the wicket. But maybe because of the height, or we were going touch down the leg. That's why the umpire wasn't interested.
Bowler too, it was just for formality's sake that she appealed at the end. Wicketkeeper was all excited. Well bowled, I quite like the length she bowls with the kind of pace she has.
Definitely helps having a keeper upon the stumps. Normally when you face someone who's swinging the ball, pitching it up, the only way to counter that is just stepping out of the crease. But Sidra right now is stuck. Needs to bring out few other shots rather than playing more into the leg side.
And what this good bowling is doing is it's forcing the Pakistan batters to create chances then. Playing out of their comfort zone, trying to play a sweep shot from middle of the stumps. That's because the bowling has been pinpoint accurate.
I think when you're standing in the crease and then when you're playing a bowler like Renuka, if you don't step out, the only other option is to move within the crease, either towards the offside or, pull yourself towards the leg side, create room and to alter her line. That's the only probably an option the batters can do, and that's what we've seen also from the Pakistan batters.
Same field, both fielders on the onside. Mid wicket and backward square leg. Well bowled yet again. Richa Ghosh, talkative yet again. Always motivating the bowler, the fieldsman right round. There's just one voice you're hearing for a very long time. That's the wicket keepers.
No surprises there. The wicket keeper is the backbone of the team. And it also plays mind games with the batter as well. He's trying to unsettle what the batter is thinking, make her uncomfortable.
Seen so many mischievous wicket keepers in the history of the game. Can go on and on about the last ball of the fifth over coming. Pitches it up finally, but that too is a dot ball. 5 gone, it's 27 for 2.
Really good start for India. As we see Deepti Sharma for the first time in this tournament. Final over of the power play. India struck twice. And Sidra Amin welcomes her by pulling out the reverse. It's a good start to the final power play over.
A little bit tough for the Pakistan batters. They were waiting for this change. Deepti Sharma into the attack, straight away goes for 4. Good innovation. Straight onto the reverse. No fielder in that position. She'll just come a little bit more around now. Radhi Yadav, the fielder there, but no chance to cut that one off, and a welcome boundary.
That's a great response. Really good. Slowed it down perhaps. Beat Sidra Amin all ends up.
Slightly straighter and just doesn't look to turn it. Arm ball doesn't take the edge, but she's interested there. Deepti Sharma always in the battle. Love that from a spinner.
There's an action every ball this over.
Back up.
For a second there were some ahs from the Indian fielders, whether that went close in after Jemmy. Mid-wicket, Jemima Rodrigues. Shadow practicing the catch.
And she's a fielder who really wants the ball to go to her, Jemmy Rodrigues, and I really enjoy watching her just around the ground. She's got such huge energy. She brings the whole Indian team up. She's a great person to have in your team, great personality as well.
Oh, that's gone through. That is not the best effort at short fine. Deepti is not happy. It's the second boundary conceded.
It was an awkward bounce there for Renuka Singh Thakur, but she should really have cut this one off. As a bowler, you want to back your other bowlers up. She didn't do a good job there. It did take an awkward bounce, but you'd back her to stop that 9 times out of 10. But this was the one, and it's a useful over for Pakistan.
You know what Harman makes of every missed opportunity in the field. Slightly delayed call for the run, but safe single to conclude the power play. Pakistan 37 for 2. Right, on their first toss, the opening game, Pakistan decided to have a bat. Gulfaroza started off well, but pulled the length back. So Harmanpreet Kaur take the easiest of catches to give India their first breakthrough. Short ball has worked wonders for them. India have the bowlers that exploit surface if it's sticking up just short of a length. Previous over was eventful. Quality reverse sweep and then a fumble at short fine. Mali Pereira from Sri Lanka confirms that we are now outside the power play, and India have reacted by bringing Radha Yadav on, and she has protection in the form of long on, deep mid wicket, deep square and a sweeper on the offside.
Well, I was interested to see Radha Yadav when I was out looking at the pitch and doing the toss. It's not something you can really tell from looking at her on the screen, but she's quite tall. I don't think that comes across when you're watching her on television, but she's coming from a high angle. And that can help her get some bounce, but that time it wouldn't have helped because it's gone down leg side.
I would be pleased with her last outing in India colours. Important win to level the T20I series, picked up 3 for 6. Pooja Vastrakar, that was player of the match for career best figures from her. 2 Asian giants in action at the moment. Another 2 tomorrow. This time Sri Lanka hosts, taking on Bangladesh. Before that, the other 2 teams in Group A. We're quite excited to see how Malaysia and Thailand go. And as we go thick and fast through these games, India play Friday night, Sunday night, then against the UAE, who went down to Nepal. 2 games a day, 6 games of group stage action. India start with Pakistan, then play the UAE, and then on the 23rd will close out their group stage against Nepal. Semi-finals, double-header on the 26th, and the right to play the final on Sunday the 28th. Talking about the importance of a multi-team competition so close to the World Cup, where a lot of the other strong contenders will be playing bilateral cricket, perhaps in varied conditions.
It's a real bonus for the 4 teams here that are going to the World Cup to play in the tournament format. Games coming thick and fast, different opposition, so you can't line anyone up. You really have to come up with your plans each game as it comes along. So even if you are playing someone who's ranked way below you, you still have to score the runs, take the wickets.
It's a really tidy start from Radha Yadav. Just 3 of her first, 40 for 2. Renuka Patil. Already saw Deepti Sharma in final over the power play, expensive one. "14 wickets, back of terrific show in the WPL. Starts well, attacks the stumps. We haven't seen a great amount of turn. We're going to have a lot of cricket on these surfaces.
I just want to bring your attention to the field on the offside here. That boundary fielder on the offside, very, very square, just trying to take the reverse sweep out.
Oh, that looks good, but not good enough for the umpire. She likes to attack the stumps. Questions asked. How close was this?
Well, Sidra Amin likes the reverse sweep, but they've put that fielder out in the deep, so she's gone to the regular sweep. And this one was pretty high. I think that's the only thing that saved her. It might have clipped the top of the stumps, but benefit of the doubt going to the batter.
Call is for 2. Decide against it.
Well, they really attacked in that final over of the power play. Pakistan, they needed to, because now that the field is spread, they're finding it difficult to score. India's specialty is bowling to their field when they come out of the power play. Their spinners just tighten the screw. When you're looking for boundaries, they're very hard to come by.
There's a lot to like about Renuka Patil. No surprises on favourite cricketer, franchise that she's with. She's already an RCB legend, breaking a long wait for a trophy. And Renuka Patil has her first wicket in the Women's Asia Cup. Simple, so simple. As Alia is caught in mid-wicket.
Looking to turn this leg side, but turns the bat far too early. Alia Riaz looking to turn it for a single, finds herself heading back, and this is why as soon as she hit it she knew, and you won't get much easier ones than that, Jemmy. She was almost celebrating before she caught it. That was the only way she was going to make a mistake there. Alia Riaz goes for 6 from 11. Pakistan lose their third, 41 for 3.
Out walks the Pakistan captain, Nidadar. Milestone match for the skipper, 150 in D20Is. Renuka asking questions of the season pro at the opposite end. It's a really good start. 1 for 1 in that over, 41 for 3 Pakistan. They bowled well in tandem. Radha Yadav gave very little away in her first over. Sense that Alia Riaz got a bit restless. Turns out though.
Well, that close-up, what a good shot that was from our cameraman, because you could see the arm ball there. Much slower from Radhi Yadav through the air, but it has found the gap there at third. We have mentioned the outfield ad nauseum. It's very quick here, so you have to hit it into the corners and make good running. Nida Dar coming back for two. Here's that wicket. Have a look at the seam here. Finger down the seam. Perfect. And I think that swing away is what's done for Aliyah Riaz there. She didn't read it from the hand and she's lost her wicket because of it. Excellent bowling, young lady.
You can't wait to see just what the future holds for Shreyanka Patil. This young age, ever improving. Genuine all-rounder. Just 21. That is some very handy footwork, if it was intentional, from Richa Ghosh.
You can see a wry smile from her. Almost evaded her. Oh, well, look at that.
That is intentional. She's anticipated that. They love their football in West Bengal.
I think no matter what takes she gets in this match, that's her favourite. That's her favourite stop of the match so far, and probably for the innings.
Nice, Radhe.
You could sense something's cooking now with the pressure of dot balls. So Dramin walks across, tries to manufacture something. India doing well here. 46 for 3 after 9. And double-header action. Second serving of the evening. Already had plenty of storytelling, even on day one, Women's Asia Cup 2024. More of the reverse sweeps being pulled out. That's well played. And a run away. Sidramin is relying on the reverse. She's got 4 for it as the 50 comes up.
Well, something's working, don't change it. And this is working for Sidra. I mean, extra little bit of pace on that delivery as well. And as soon as you get it through the infield, very hard to reel it in. Neither fielder able to get there in time.
She's fired that in. Unfortunately, the attempt to push that one through, bowl it quicker. Shreyanka Patil has missed the line.
She seems incredulous that this has been given against her. That was the arm ball again. Got even more movement that time, a lot wider. So no real chance of a wicket, but the free hit here, yeah, that's tight. That is very, very tight.
That's the first point as your foot lands. Tight call. Right, she's pulled out a bouncer in that big bag of tricks that she has. I don't think the batter was expecting that on the free hit ball, so in a way, one is a good result.
Well, if she meant this, then it's a master stroke because very difficult to hit that for a boundary, especially the way that the field is set. So, good plan.
Yeah, I think she meant it because she ran to Harmanpreet Kaur while the umpire was still signalling no ball, anticipating what she wants to do next ball. So she's keen to tell the captain what she thinks is her best ball. Harman's backed it. Or Harman said, don't even think about it, and she's bowled it anyway.
I'm not too sure that's how it went.
That seemed to move in the air.
Sidra Amin is just having a chat with herself about the change-ups that we're seeing here from Shanka. She just about got the foot back in. But I think that's the arm ball yet again. She's using it to great effect, using the wind as well. So it's the right end for her to bowl from.
Yeah, you could see it. She's getting the ball to move. She's using conditions. This is top stuff, even though the over's gone for 7. Sri Lanka's making the batters think. 53 for 3 at the halfway stage. Players will potentially regroup. It's time for a drink.
To the Women's Asia Cup 2024. Yes, you talk about Nepal. It was joy, jubilation, triumph, elation. I mean, we can run out of adjectives, but they were never running out of solid stuff today. A win that eluded them for so long. 8 games before this. They lost all of them in the history of Asia Cup. But today, the fist bump was out. Oh, look at that celebration. How much it means. Victory is sweeter when it comes after a lot of struggle and a lot of weight. Tears were flowing. Let them flow on your face. Let them glow. Lovely moments to see, Mithali.
First win in Asia Cup, clearly pretty historic for them. And as a team also, they've done really well. Stuck to their disciplined approach in terms of bowling. And when it comes to batting, I think at one batter has really stood out for them, who scored bulk of the runs for them and got them that victory.
Samchana, absolutely, led from the front. Talking about sweet victories, Marina, which is the sweeter victory in your career? The one that can never... Was it 2012? Beating India? Goal?
You read it right. Was beating India for the first time, and that too by 3 runs. Went down to the wire. So yeah, that's probably the fondest memory.
Yeah, we're talking about this tournament. For the first time, we're having 8 teams in the Women's Asia Cup. Till last edition, which was in 2022, we had 7. Before that edition, we had 6. It started with 2 teams. Mithali has told us the story twice. But this time around, we're having 8 teams. We're going to have 10 days of pulsating action, pulse-pounding action, so to say. And weekend fixtures for you onto your screen. On Saturday, we're going to have Malaysia versus Thailand, Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh. That's tomorrow. And on Sunday also, we're going to have a double header for you when India play their second game versus UAE. UAE lost their match today, and Pakistan will play Nepal, the team that was victorious today. A win that had eluded them for so long finally came and embraced them tight. So, double header treat for you on the Saturday as well as on Sunday, right here on Star Network and Disney Plus Hotstar. Enjoy the cricket. Women's Asia Cup this time around coming to you from Dambulla. Indian captain Marina will be happy with how things have gone so far.
Definitely. I think there was a clear game plan and the bowlers did back that plan up. It's one thing to have a game plan, but definitely the execution is more important out in the middle, and they have done exactly that, taking and putting Pakistan under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and before the game, of course, we saw Mithali meeting Indian players. That's the Pakistan camp for you at the moment. They need a lift. Scoreline suggests 55 for 3. Good shot this, good fielding too. And restricts it just to a single. And Marina, you were seen interacting with the Pakistan staff as well. What did you say to them? What did you say to them?
Yeah, had a little lovely chat with Nidadar. We've played at the university level, represented Pakistan together, a lot of fond memories. He was just having a go at me. And then Mohammad Wasim. That's picked up nicely, but straight to the fielder. Had personal interactions at the domestic level with Mohammad Wasim, and obviously his first and new assignment with Pakistan women's team has a lot to offer. But again, I think Junaid Khan also another addition to women's squad, and I was having a word with him as well. So he has a lot of input to be given to these players. But as a player, I think that you also need to work on yourself. If you don't, you definitely lag behind.
Oh, if she had picked it up cleanly, batter would be history. Plenty to discuss. 11 gone, 57 for 3. This is how it is. Pakistan won the toss. They decided to bat first, and at the moment, it is not smooth sailing. Why do we say so? 11 overs have been bowled. 3 prime batters are back in the hut. Sidra Amin, though, is holding 1 and strong. 33 balls, and you can understand what is the right time when they start to say, okay, let's go strong from here. Let's put one foot on the pedal and not take it off, Kamina.
I think it's all about the positive approach. You don't have to go all guns blazing and let Mithali take that.
Mithali interacting with the players right there. Mithali, let's hear all of that in your voice. Loud appeal. Yeah, Mithali. Marina was with the Pakistan players. You were there interacting. Tell us more about this.
And it will be interesting that the physio is asking me when have you arrived, because I've always been in the physio's room all through my cricketing career. Here also she's still worried about my health. But those 2 youngsters there, you know, Hema making a comeback and Sanjana, that everybody remembers that last ball when MI required a 6 and she hit that and she got picked for the Indian team, a story to tell. So both these girls come from south of India, so I've known them during the domestic season, so a little bit of chat.
Did you tell them you've been under the weather for the past 3 days?
I did mention it to the physio, yes, and she said she will right away check on me.
Okay, uses the feet, fielder there. Will it be wicket number 4? It is wicket number 4. Deepthi strikes.
Nida Dar trying to break the shackles. It wasn't a smart piece of batting, especially against someone like Deepthi, who's very miser. She saw her coming down, just a slight bit of change in the pace. And Nida Dar was nowhere close to the pitch of the delivery, had to pay the price. And captain has to take the walk back. India yet again dominating. Nida Dar goes back on 8. Pakistan 4 down on 59.
Nine for 4. Sidrameen is holding one end together. Tuba Hassan. 26 matches, 37 runs. Look at that average. She has to perform a whole lot better than that. We'll take a look at that wicket. It was a tossed up delivery. Challenge was thrown. She accepted and she perished.
Deepthi is a very smart bowler, someone who knows she gets the experience to the stage. She knows when to tighten the length, bowl those armers, when to turn the ball, give a tweak. And she knew that Nida Dar is under pressure to play a big shot, and that's where she's pulled her length a little bit in the last minute.
Look at her analysis. We'll take one more look at that wicket. Tosses it up. And she's got a feel according to that. And that's so important. Making no mistake was Hemlata. Good over, this 3 runs conceded and a wicket. And she told to the cover fielder, it's coming to you, I told you that. 12 gone, 60 for 4. 5 bowlers have been used so far. Pooja Vastrakar taking in short, not allowing the batsman to take the front foot out. Batsmen, whenever they took the challenge, they perished. 1 wicket for Deepthi was been very economical, as well as Shriyanka Patil. 2 overs, 8 runs. That is miserly and that is deadly as well. What does one do to come out of a hole such as that?
Starting with, I'm shocked that they promoted Tuba Hassan instead of Fatma Sana. Tuba Hassan is making a comeback, so added pressure to her. Fatma Sana has a very steady head on her shoulders. I do understand there are a lot of overs left right now, but that would have given Fatma Sana even more chance to get settled in and create a partnership. Tuba Hassan can bat, but she's quite limited in terms of international cricket.
You know what? Sometimes when you want a morale lift or a boost in your confidence, you look back at moments where you've been victorious. 2022, Pakistan beat India in the Women's Asia Cup. That was one moment you can look back and rejoice and celebrate. At the same time, feel confident about your abilities. Because at this moment, this side needs that sort of a lift. This is what it is. Pakistan batted first then. They posted 137. And India was then all out for 124. Marina has a smile.
Yeah, I was thinking they should be playing the visuals on the big screen just to get the Pakistan team going.
Yeah, not a bad thought at all. Not a bad thought at all. For the moment, live these moments. Yet again, trip down memory lane. Oh, the swag. Oh, the win. Oh, the hug. What victory does is, it brings your lost confidence back into your veins. India looked dejected, and for the fans it was a very jubilant moment. And you can understand that. Drives beautifully. The 3-dot balls, 1 run. And again, living those moments.
Yeah, it was a huge moment indeed. It's always special to beat India because the quality of a side they are in terms of batting, bowling, fielding, leadership, everything was spot on. But this match, it pulled right out of the throat of the Indian cricket team.
We spoke about the scorecard being flashed on the giant screen. We flashed the winning moments there. Harman too looking at that and says, yes, we lost it. Up in the air. Will be wicket number 5. It is going to be. Renuka gets her first. India get their 5th.
The pressure was building up. It was just a matter of time for that loose delivery. Not loose delivery, loose shot from Sidra Amin. It was way outside off stump. And her natural swing is into the leg side. Wasn't pitched up, just trying to force that shot to break the shackles and had to pay the price. Easy catch yet again. On this occasion it was rather underneath it. Sidra Amin goes now in Pakistan in big trouble. 5 down on 61.
Yeah, India in a very dominant position at the moment. 25 is what she scored. 61 for 5. Iram Javed. 54 matches, a lot of experience. Time now to rise up to the occasion. Loud appeal, looks at the umpire. Umpire says yes! Renuka's 2 in 2. India's got their 6th.
Right on the money, Renuka. That's a good delivery to bowl to a new batter. Iram Javed was stuck on crease, no foot movement whatsoever. And he is easy as you like it, just pitched it up. Nipped back and slightly in a wild swing. Another one gone. Pakistan is trembling like cards.
Yeah, another one bites the dust. 2 wickets in 2 balls. She'll be on a hat-trick. 61 for 6. $61 for 6. Renuka picking 2 wickets in the last 2 balls of the previous over, and she finished her quota. Next game, and she'll be coming into bowl. The first delivery is going to be so very important. And take a look at those 2 wickets. Completely rewarded for that good spell right at the end of it. Fatima Sana comes in. Best of 35. An average of 15.45. We will revisit that moment. And 2 wickets in 2 balls. She's on a hat-trick. Well, she'll have to wait till day after tomorrow, Mithali, where India plays UAE.
Oh, lovely bowling.
She'll be very happy with those 2 wickets. So she was struggling to get her line and length against South Africa at home. And this is her first wicket, Sidra Amin. Plus point for her is she bowls that nagging length when the keeper is up. So it's very difficult to hit Renuka from the crease, which Sidra Amin attempted. And there could have been a run out had it been a direct hit.
Brilliant glove work there, brilliant. She runs, changes directions quickly. Exactly how her idol Mahi would have done. She idolizes Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
You can see some of the glimpses. In Pakistan, they need to keep on rotating strike, otherwise it's going to be all over very soon. What they're doing is just keep blocking the deliveries, and all of a sudden they realize that runs are not coming in. They go for a big shot, ending up giving their wicket.
Me to the bat, fielder there. Just over. Should have been stationed a little back. Over 14 gone. It is 60-76. We're checking whether it's a 4 or 6 from the naked eye. We thought it was a boundary 4. The fielder has been stationed at least 8 meters into the ground. There were 4 for sure. Never going to be a 6.
That's a 4 in. The reason probably the fielder is few yards in is because it's against the wind. And that's another mistake Pakistan batters are doing, going against the wind.
Runs are very hard to come by for Pakistan at this moment. India right on top. We'll take a look at that boundary yet again.
Yes, I feel that it really didn't hit her middle of the bat. It hit at the bottom, and that's why it didn't really carry much. But Hema there, who's the fielder, was way ahead, and that's why she was not able to cover the yards behind. That would be a welcome boundary for Pakistan, but again here Pakistan definitely requires runs, and that too at a good pace, whether it comes in 2s, 3s or in boundaries, but they really have to up their run rate.
Yeah, Renuka, the girl in the picture, will be on a hat-trick, but she's finished a quota of 4 overs. On the 5th delivery and the 6th, she picked up 2 back-to-back wickets, and she'll be on a hat-trick day after tomorrow. Good square drive that. We'll revisit that moment. She was wicketless till the time she had bowled 3.4, just when she was rewarded for a good work.
Nicely bowled. Again, the execution has been spot on from all the bowlers when we talk about Indian bowling lineup, but Pakistan has clearly struggled.
Speak about the planning, you speak about the execution. The captain, very, very agile indeed. We spoke about Vastrakar, she would use a short ball. Mithali, you brought that point into picture, and they've just exercised all their options to brilliance, no doubt about that. Talk about the 14 runs, talk about the economy, 3.5, and then 2 wickets that she's picked on the 5th and the 6th ball. Next game she's going to be on a hat-trick.
There'll be a wide. We're talking about short ball. I am a huge advocate that as a batter you need to understand and what your role is. If you're an opener, there has to be a staple shots that you have in your skill set. For an opener, probably you should be comfortable facing the swing. You should know how to cut and pull the ball properly. We saw that Gulfiroza, he again just whipped it. It wasn't a proper pull shot. If you don't do that, if you don't bring that to your skill set, then you're going to struggle at international cricket. It beats the fielder. Lucky boundary for Fatma Sana and also for Pakistan.
Powerfully hit, no doubt about that. From the meat of the bat.
Pooja a little bit in her length. She bowled up to the batter, and that's where I think has given batter a little more time and the power into the stroke you can see, which fetched her boundary. I think Pooja as a bowler, her strength is to hit, so her length has to be somewhere in good length, a short of good length, but up to the batter if you pitch, that is the easier length for a batter to dispatch or punish that ball.
And I think when you speak about the execution, the planning, it all starts in the dressing room. The towel that she was wearing in the back pocket just fell down. It all starts with the coach. The planning, the execution. India did not go and wait that we'll get wickets. They executed their plans. Ironically, never went on to play for India, but 10,000 runs in first-class cricket. Never got to wear the Indian colours as a player, wears it as a coach. And I remember the moment we were together that day, and special moment for him. Very worthy of the job that he's got. And the understanding between the coach and the captain shows on the field. Coach can plan, it needs to be executed well by the captain, supported by the players. We talk about the test matches, how they performed. 600 plus runs against South Africa, 400 plus runs against Australia. Then talk about the T20 World. The team is just on the move upwards.
I think this team definitely knows each and every player, understand what is the method that the team is going to follow, because they have very soon they have a T20 World Cup in Bangladesh, and the role of each and every player who's going to play in the playing 11, whether it is the seamers or the spinners. Is there a second there? Oh, that's a misfield.
Yeah, that'll be a boundary, lucky boundary. Amol knows we are leaking runs here. 15 gone. Oh, mind you, one more ball, sorry. Apologies. I'm so lost in the story. This puts bat to ball, and it was aided by bad fielding in the end.
Radha is not a bad fielder as such, Paddy. It's one of those times that she misfields, but otherwise a brilliant fielder in the in circle. Usually captain uses her at point because she's a left-hander.
The bowling coach is also a former Punjab player, Manish Bali. Well, making a note of that. 15 gone, 81 for 6.
Complete dominance by India. They have set the pace of play, not let Pakistan get away. High score of 25 for Sidra Amin tells a story in and of itself. Shriyanka Patil replaces Deepti Sharma. Many of us who feel like that'll happen eventually. Once Deepti's done, she still has plenty to offer.
She's got all the tricks already, because that one was delivered from way back in the crease, from about 23 yards. Just trying to fox the batters with her length, makes it look like it's maybe floatier or fuller than it is by delivering it from deeper in the crease. From her arm bowl, she bowls that right up at the front line as well. I've seen her use that to great effect already today.
And she likes bowling tough overs. Often see her thrown the ball towards the end of the innings. Temperamentally, only help her grow. Still early days in her career.
Obviously, she's so young. I never came across her on the field of play, apart from today, before the game. She was walking past me, big beaming smile. Said, "Hello, how are you?" I just thought, what a lovely girl. She's just loving her time out there playing for India, and why shouldn't she? Have I read it right?
You thought that was just a random sweet little Indian girl.
No, I knew exactly who it was. But I thought, isn't that so nice that she's come over and made that effort to come and say hello to someone she doesn't know from Adam?
Come on, you're Irish royalty, Joyce. That's good. And it's a welcome boundary, bit of intent, of aggression, up and over the covers. Pakistan need more of that.
When we talked about hitting with the wind, we were thinking to the leg side. This is to the off side. The arm ball yet again, but too full. Uses that pace, uses the swing, and gets the hands through quickly enough to send it forward of the fielder in the deep. It's very backward, almost at a deep point.
Yeah, changed the angle, came around the wicket to Subhasad. I think things were just working fine. That's one of the things that you work with Harmanpreet Kaur on, is sometimes just keeping it simple when you're on top. Or maybe she said, so this is no better time than right now to try a few things, sharpen a few skills. It's still a long way away. It's not a foregone conclusion. Neither is this. Malaysia take on Thailand. That's the afternoon game right here, Tambula. Bit of excitement from Richa Ghosh. Yeah, so we got Group B in action tomorrow. This is a good one. Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. Can't help but think that winner of this game feel better of their chances of making the final. Expecting pecking order is very much India favourites here. Then between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, Pakistan, the kind of form they've had, their history in this competition, they're not really commanding a place in the top two. It's a wonderful occasion, this 9th edition of the ACC Women's Asia Cup. And the captains got together yesterday. All had their sunnies on. That's a great picture. The very best of Asia, 4 powerhouses, 4 teams. The graph is very much on its way up. You see Nepal. I'm sure it's the first of many wins that they'll register. Cricket just gets more and more popular. Every win for either the men's or the women's team. Under-19 is impressive as well. Don't take Thailand lightly. Pakistan know that. Gone through just a couple of moments in the last few overs after India have on the dominant side. It's perhaps something for Amol Mazumdar to take note of.
The field is just being a little bit sloppy on occasions here, India. That's something they'll want to put right going forward. Radhi Yadav was guilty of some misfielding earlier.
Can't help but think that if Pakistan go down easily here and they don't get a fighting total, Nidadar's decision to bat first. India are a dominant team. Anything, sometimes when you ask them to set the pace of play, try and figure out what a good score is. Call is for catcher, it'll land short of Vastrakar. When you come up against India, if you can try and put them out of their comfort zone, ask batters to bat at a higher tempo, assess conditions, it'd still be good enough, but I think they missed a trick there. That surface was dry. Those were words to you.
Well, I think when you're looking to beat a team that's well ahead of you and has won head-to-heads like that, you're thinking, what's the most likely way we can win? And what's worked for them in the past is setting a decent total, and then their bowlers really bowling tight lines and lengths, and that's where they've applied pressure. So I think that's why Nidadar decided to bat first.
Yeah, they won batting first in the last edition of this tournament when these two sides met, and yes, you're not spending as much time thinking of the opposition as you are your own strengths. Radha Yadav said nope. She had a non-striker backing up a long way. She said no to that as well.
This is a really good field to a lower order batter. All the fielders up on the offside. Decent length outside off, saying find the gap between my fielders in the ring. And she hasn't managed to do it.
Good option. Didn't get all of it. Vastrakar very efficient at long off. Good throw, come throw in. But big boundary square. That's always going to be 2. Radha Yadav finishes her 3rd, and let's hear from her now.
इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट करना ही मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है. वही खुशी देता है जब भी मैं फील्ड पे उतरती हूँ, और उतना ही मैं एफर्ट देना चाहती हूँ. जो भी टीम हो मेरे लिए वो मैटर नहीं करता. मैं चाहती हूँ कि मैं अपने कितना कंट्रीब्यूशन कर सकती हूँ और वो मैं करूँ.
She'll have a big role to play come the T20 World Cup. Surely at some point someone will have to beat Australia. I don't mind India taking that tag along with them. Came close in South Africa last time.
I think you'll be surprised to hear that actually around the world people are pulling for India women. Well, that's an easy chance. Straight to the fielder. There's one fielder there operating between extra cover and all the way around to 45. Just the one fielder in the ring. It's Radha Yadav. and it's gone straight to her. Couldn't have picked her out better if she tried to, Hassan. She's been the one batter who's looked comfortable out there, but she's gone now. That's the usual we see from Deepti Sharma, that bit of aggression. 22 from 19 from Tuba Hassan. She goes off the bowling of Deepti Sharma, and Pakistan lose their 7th, 92 for 7.
Saida Rupsha back in Pakistan's playing 11, back in the squad. Last featured 2023 in the home series win against South Africa. Led the side in the Under-19 Women's World Cup in South Africa as well. She's off the mark. Decides to go for the second, and she was running to the danger end, so she's off the mark with 2. She's here because Deepti Sharma striking with the first ball of her final over.
She bowls a lot of arm balls. This one turned in though, and that's what did for the batter, because she was trying to make room. There was none there, and all she could do was find the fielder.
Great effort, outstanding effort from Radha. She could still have her wicket. She probably does. Richa Ghosh is convinced. It was an outstanding effort. She took a sitter. First ball of this over, went full stretch. And in spite of not completing the catch, was aware to the possibility of the run out. And we are going upstairs, but it looks like Arup Shah's stay on her return to the side is a short one.
Well, she talked about contributing to the team, and this is real commitment from Radha Yadav. She looked for the diving catch, didn't quite make it, got to her feet and hit direct on return. And I'll tell you what, that would have been uncomfortable, that diving attempt. Even worse when you don't reach it. The air will have all gone out of her lungs. She got enough air in though to pick herself up, pick the ball up, hit the stumps down, and that will be the 8th wicket. It's been eventful, an edge, then almost out through catch. This was the full play together. Didn't read the arm ball. Look at that attempt, and the wherewithal to turn her hands around to stop that was quite something from Radha Yadav. Incredible cricket from her.
There's a couple of things there. She realizes she's not going to make the catch. She changes direction of her hands to just try and block the ball, and that ensured that the aftermath of that action, it doesn't land further away, doesn't get further away. Kept the run out in play, executed it. Brilliant from Radha Yadav.
Well, it's funny to think that just a few overs ago she was making a hames of things on the boundary to let one go through for 4, and then she can effect a run out like that. Nashra Sandhu, the new batter, out in the middle. Just the 18 runs to the name, so not the average that you would be wanting. She's got a job to do here.
Oh, there was the two sounds, and that's 2 in 2. 3 in the over. It is going horribly wrong for Pakistan. They are falling like a house of cards.
Well, after a little bit of a fight back from Pakistan, it's all going wrong. Tiny bit of turn, doesn't get forward, just hangs the bat out, asking for the edge to be taken. Not a difficult choice to make for the umpire. 9 wickets down now. Nashra Sandhu goes without scoring, and Pakistan 94 for 9.
Sadia Iqbal, last batter in. She survives 3 wickets in the over and just 2 runs. 94 for 9. Well, they're losing wickets in clusters. That was the run out of Arusha. Brilliant from Radha Yadav, alert. A short third. Ashra Sandhu's stay was just for 1 ball, just fishing. He's been around long enough, knew what she was doing, just pushed that through quicker. Richa Ghosh was alert. What does Fatima Sana do here? Can she at least bat out these 2 overs, farm the strike?
It's stick or twist, isn't it? She's got Radha Yadav, who's been handed the penultimate over.
It's a good shot. Long on has work. Sadia Iqbal was keen and pleading for Fatima Sana to get back on strike, but it's the straight boundaries where the risk is higher. She hit that square, just dragged it a little, could have been 2.
Yeah, Sadia Iqbal, she did well. She turned, she looked to come back. That's the intent that you want from all your batters. I think for her it's more about trying to get off strike than getting extra runs for her team, maybe. There's a reason she's out there at number 11. Can she survive?
Fatima was about halfway past the pitch before Radha Yadav released the ball. Just wanted any kind of contact and she was going to run.
Downcast looking group there for Pakistan. This isn't the script they were hoping that this game would follow. Quite an interesting field, quite a straight mid-off in the ring. Then is that a wide long off or an extra cover on the boundary? Well, now they're changing around. Harmanpreet Kaur moving herself to extra cover right on the ring. Vastrika down at long off.
Yeah, she's just giving the batter no pace to go up and over. Manufacture all the power. Goes for the slog sweep and just over. Good ball striking this from Fatima Sana, and the 100 comes up for Pakistan.
So she tried coming down a few times and then she said, you know that what, I'm just going to stand and deliver. 6 of the best. You could tell right off the bat that was going all the way. Those crops batted. Just stands and watches that. Majestic.
Fatima Sana, at least remember this day, is one where she's hit the first 6 of the tournament. Didn't get one in the afternoon game, did not get one all innings. Then again, India haven't batted yet. And she goes again. She will get the distance again. Back-to-back 6s, rather 2 6s in 3 balls. Fatima Sana giving Pakistan something of a finish.
Well, she had to decide, was she going to try and take a single and get the strike, but she decided, no, I'm going to hit with the wind while I have the opportunity. 108 for 9 after 19.
That is a really handy over that Pakistan have got. Almost lost hope that they could get an over like that, but wickets falling in clusters. Fatima Sana running out of partners. She took a good option. She took it successfully on 2 occasions. Renuka Patil will close the innings out. Fatima's off strike for now. Oh, this could be the end. It's another direct hit. Shefali Verma. This is on the other side of short third now. Sadia seems confident.
I think Shefali Verma had given up on it and then thought, you know what, let's have an appeal. Always best to ask the umpire to check things, but I think she is just about home. Direct hit almost did for her, but that should be survival for Sadia Iqbal.
Yeah, I think for a second Shefali didn't register that she's hit the stumps down direct. Full stretch, or at least as close to a full stretch as the number 11 bowler will give with the bat. It's good enough to survive. Now, can she get Fatima on strike? Not the option that Fatima would have wanted her to take. Non-strikers just hit her bat onto her pads in disgust, but Renuka Patil has cleared out the innings, has cleaned up Sadia Iqbal. It's been a sorry innings from Pakistan. They've gotten to 3 figures because of Fatima Sana, but it's a very happy Harmanpreet Kaur. They bowled out for 108 in the last over.
Well, we've been impressed with that arm ball all day, and it's paid dividends once again. That little bit quicker, swinging it in, goes in between the bat and pad, and it's good enough for a number 11 batter any day of the week. 108 all out in the 20th over.
Renuka Patil continues to make an impression. Radha Yadav was excellent in the field. Had her figure spoiled a little with that 19th over, but Harman would be happy. Now for her batters to carry on the good work. Defending champions India, their first game against the arch rivals, team they lost to in the last edition of the Women's Asia Cup. Nida Dar had decided to bat first, but she'd be disappointed with 3 batters getting into their 20s and everyone else in single figures. Bali got to 11, just lost too many wickets. Innings had no real momentum.
Well, every time they hit a boundary, it felt like India had an answer. They had a change up, some way to take a wicket. No real partnerships to speak of. Maniba Ali Siddiqui there with Sidra Amin looked good. Well, every time they hit a boundary, as I said, they seemed to go the way of the clubhouse. And at the end, Fatima Sana, Tuba Hassan adding 31, which will be useful as they look to defend 108 for victory. It's a tall order.
Disappointing, but they're going to have to bowl out of their skins. For now, Renuka Singh finished on a high. Here she is now with Marina Iqbal.
रेणुका, बहुत अच्छा स्पेल रहा आपके लिए, और कितना ज़रूरी होता है, स्पेशली अगर पिछली सीरीज अच्छी ना गई हो, तो एज अ बॉलर कितना ज़रूरी होता है एक अच्छा स्पेल करना.
मुझे समझ नहीं आया. बहुत
I think it's echoing. We have to check the audio. Yeah, मैं ये पूछ रही हूँ कि कितना ज़रूरी होता है एक बॉलर के लिए अगर पिछली सीरीज अच्छी ना गई हो, इस तरह का कमबैक अगर आप करें.
डेफिनेटली बहुत अच्छा होता है, क्योंकि पिछला सीरीज़ काफ़ी अच्छा नहीं जा रहा था, तो मेरा यही प्रिपरेशन थी. अभी मैं स्पेशली एंड से गई थी वर्क करने ट्रॉय के साथ, उसने मेरी काफ़ी हेल्प की है. मतलब जो मेरी प्रॉब्लम आ रही थी तो हमने काफ़ी डिस्कशन की थी, तो इसलिए अभी बेटर हो रहा है.
थोड़ा सा कंडीशंस की बात करूं, कैसी कंडीशंस थी, पिच कैसा बिहेव कर रहा था, और आपका क्या एम था, किस तरह की बॉलिंग करनी है?
पिच तो बहुत अच्छी थी, इवन काफ़ी हेल्प मिल रही थी, एयर काफ़ी ज़्यादा चल रही थी, और मेरा यही एम था स्टार्टिंग में कि मैं जितने ज़्यादा मूव करा सकूं बॉल को, क्योंकि कंडीशन हमारे फेवर में थी. मेरा न्यू बॉल से यही एम रहता है कि मैं जितना ज़्यादा हो सके स्विंग करा सकूं बॉल को.
109 का टारगेट है, लगता है इजी चेज होगा इंडिया के लिए?
हाँ, डेफिनेटली अच्छा खेलेगा तो चेज हो जाएगा.
चले, ऑल द बेस्ट. थैंक यू.
थैंक यू.
Smile on her face. She was rewarded for all the good work that she's put in for 3.4 overs, picking up 2 wickets on the last 2 balls of a spell. Ironically, it will not carry forward to a hat-trick in the next game. It can happen in a test match in 2 innings. It does not happen from one game to the other. We'll talk about proceedings so far. Pakistan won the toss, chose to bat, but things never got going for them. Planning, execution, short ball stuff, very good from India, Mithali.
I think Indian bowlers were spot on, quite disciplined in their bowling, especially the line. They've not drifted away from the stump line, and Pooja Vastrakar's bowling was also very impressive. with the spinners coming in, whether it is Deepti Sharma, Shriyanka Patil or Radha Yadav. At regular intervals, they were getting those wickets, pecking for wickets.
Yeah, and there were some adventurous shots as well. Pressure was put because there was no room given to the batters to play orthodox shots, and you had to manufacture shots. In the process, you would perish as well. Sometimes you'd get lucky, sometimes not so. The moment it was thrown up, they had to accept the offer because runs were not coming and wickets were falling like 9 pins.
They played too many balls across the line, tempting the bowlers to bowl to their strength, but the bowlers have been very, very good, whether it is Pooja or it is Renuka, who's got a couple of wickets, and Deepti Sharma with her 3 wickets in the spell. It was pretty easy way of going over the innings, I would say, Indian team, because at every over we felt like there was a wicket here.
Yeah, good wicket keeping, absolutely. Not easy to take those. Stayed low, doing a good job yet again. In the end, Fatima's 22 from 16, 1 boundary, 2 sixes. Did take the score to over 100. It's going to be, the target is going to be 109. And this is what it is. India needs to score 109 to go past Pakistan in this one. Should be tough, but the game of cricket always has uncertainties around the corner. The twist, the turn, you never know. For this run chase, do join us. We'll be right here.
Welcome back to Dambola. Arch rivals India and Pakistan in action. Group A. Opening game for both teams in the 2024 Women's Asia Cup, where India have done the job with ball and in the field, bundling Pakistan out for 108 after Nida Dar won the toss and decided to bat. Fortunately, barring Chidra Amin hanging around for a while and Tuba Hassan and Fatima Sana with some hits. It was Fatima Sana that took them over the 100-run mark. Otherwise, it's a sorry scorecard. All-round brilliance led by Deepti Sharma. 3 wickets for her. Shriyanka Patil was excellent. Radha Yadav's figures spoiled slightly in that last over, taken down for 2 sixes. Renuka Singh finishing her spell with 2 as well. Pooja Vastrakar started it off, and now it's time for Shefali Verma and Smriti Mandana to start off for India. Formidable batting lineup, full strength. Return of Richa Ghosh and Dayal and Hemlata. Need 109. Now the defending champions, they have a T20 World Cup in sight. Have a formidable tag of favourites against a Pakistan team that until the last edition had never seen them on the right side of the result. How can they lift their spirits? How can they challenge India? What should be chase that is well within their grasp. Done 50% of their job right, Mithali Raj. Neither has walked out with a long list of instructions, potentially. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Ronak. Yes, I think so. This is the first time I'm seeing a captain with like a A4 sheet. You know, don't know what's there, whether it's plan, strategy, or what it is, but this is the first time we can see that. You have Shefali Verma, impactful batter, strikes around 130, impressive. If she gets going, I think this would be an easy chase for India. Having said that, the conditions, the wicket is a little different. The wind is a factor here. Smriti Mandhana, who scored about 3,320 runs in T20 internationals, who's coming off a very good form against South Africa at home.
Pakistan will start with spin. It's a good option. Left arm spin of Sadia Iqbal. 5 fielders in the ring on the offside, just the 2 on the leg side, and long on and deep mid-wicket. Shefali bats any length of time. Pakistan will still have hope if they can strike early. Here's Sadia. It's gently tossed up, seeing if Shefali wants a sighter, whether she's willing to take on those 2 fielders waiting in the deep on the leg side. She has to be proactive and let the game drift. There's not a lot on the board.
Both Shefali and Smriti loved the ball coming onto the bat, but opening with a spinner is a good tact, I would say. Yes, you have the right field set for Shefali, but will Shefali take on the bowler?
Easy pickings. Help yourself. On the pads, clipped away. India and Shefali Verma on the way.
I think the field was set for balls which are pitched up to the batter, but this was a bad length, bad line. Shefali, someone who's very good off her pads, she just flicks it for a boundary. Not much had to be done by the batter here.
If she now goes back to tossing it up, Shefali's had her sighter. 3 balls. It's not a lot of turn. We haven't seen it in either game. Leg spinner Vaishnavi Mahesh got a few to just grip and go past the outside edge. I don't think India would be too worried. Still looks like a really good surface to bat. Pakistan would be disappointed with their effort. There are many things you can do before you walk out to bat. Did you ever juggle 3 balls in your illustrious career, Mithali?
I did all sorts of things before getting into bat. One of them, popularly everybody knows, is to read a book. But here Hema is pretty much, she's doing a good job, better job than me in juggling those 3 balls.
Yeah, it's an iconic image. It's in the memory of every fan. Mithali just reading casually. You still carry your books around now in your broadcasting career? Have you carried any here?
Well, I don't get much time now to read because the material is very different. I read a lot about the players and the stats.
Yes, the most elegant of singles to get off the mark. Smriti Mandhana, comfortable first over for India, 6 without loss. Fatima Sana. take the new ball from the other end. Couple of lusty blows to take her team to 108.
I think that was a beautiful shot, very pleasing to the eye when she plays those drives. And one thing very important here is that she waited for the ball. She was already in position, she picked the line, but she waited for the ball to play it in the gap. I think she understood that the surface requires her bat swing or her bat timing to be a little bit slow here than what usually we get to see in a good batting track.
Yeah, just before Fatima Sana started off, Muniba Ali was quite animated in managing the field for Fatima Sana, who's a big fan of Sana Mir and will unfortunately never watch James Anderson. Just done with his great career. And we've got another Ronaldo fan. Well, he's a popular man. Picked up with such elegance, no one back there. Just beautiful from Smriti Mandhana, who has her first boundary.
That's bread and butter for Smriti. Anything pitched up to her, onto her pads, that's going way outside the boundary line. And this fetches her a boundary. I think the Fatima here should try and bowl to her field and not try to aim onto the legs of Smriti, because she's very good on her legs. She has a field, a wider, fine leg, but that's not going to stop that boundary.
And no change in the field, still deep fine leg and deep third. And there is deep fine leg.
When you have a slip, then I think you should be able to bowl on the fourth stump or the off stump. Because Smriti shovels a tiny weeny bit, comes into the stump line. So anything you're trying to bowl at middle stump is anyway going onto her legs.
That's great company. It's a formidable achievement to feature there. And Mandhana and Shefali now second only to Ali Saili and Beth Mooney. New Zealand's Bates and Sophie Devine and Susie Bates. That's a pretty good six to have on that list, and that's how good they've been. Shefali wasn't very happy with that one. Probably just held a little bit. Vastrakar showed us what this surface can do when you just bang it in. If you have the pace, sticks a little holes. The minute it is in the batter's half, I think we can expect high-scoring games. Batters apply themselves. These two have enjoyed batting together. Again, just through the shot.
Yes, I think here Fatima has been pulling the right length and especially line for Shefali, because anything you give her width and she's going to throw her bat around, but because this is closer to the body, Shefali is struggling a little bit here with the timing. It's very important, like how Smriti waits for the ball. Shefali here needs to take maybe milliseconds before getting into the shot.
Or she can just take a few steps down and walk and charge the bowler. Fuller this time, didn't get all of it. 12 without loss. Sadia Iqbal will continue. We continue to see the impact of the breeze. Open ground, beautiful ground this, Rangiri Stadium. And induces the false shot. And that's exactly what can happen when you get it right in the right areas with conditions.
Renuka, I just feel here maybe Shefali is going to play a big shot because past 2-3 balls have been a dot ball for her. She's trying too hard. And is that a boundary? Yes, that's a boundary. I think Shefali has kept her composure here, didn't really charge ahead, but waited for that short ball to place it between those two deep fielders and got that boundary.
Yeah, just reading the batter's minds as Mithali Raj sensed Shefali Verma wasn't pleased with the output. This time she takes a good option, slightly shorter. There's a big gap between those two fielders on the leg side and she finds it to perfection. Needs to keep the length full, much more like that. Shefali wants to clear long on, full length, tossed up, good on her. That's a much more high risk option. Feel for the bowlers though, they don't have a lot of runs to play with. Asking rate already just over 5.
I think I can see the experience working in Shefali's case. If it was an inexperienced Shefali, would have jumped immediately onto that ball, but she read the length, went back, rocked back and got that boundary.
They continue to keep a deep cover for Smriti. It's just depriving us of these wonderful shots. Just going for singles. I wouldn't mind. Relaxed man, Amol Mazumdar. Readies for a big few months in that position. Again through the gap. Once she drops it short, Shefali has the entire field to pick on. She's just helped that, eased herself to a third boundary.
That was too short and wide for Shefali to dispatch it for a boundary. And especially when you have two fielders, long on and deep mid-wicket, you cannot really bowl short and flat way outside off stump for a batter like Shefali. You want to pitch it up and probably push her to play that big shot. That is the reason why you have those two fielders on the line.
She gets it right every alternate ball. That's a productive over for India, 11 from it. They're racing along, 23 without loss. Could look more relaxed if they tried. Although Harman's just using the ice pack, applying it to the knee. Here's her opposite number. Nida Dar's into the attack. 150th game today for her. She wanted more to take away, but batters have underperformed. Can she at least provide the breakthrough? Shefali could easily look at an option straight down the ground. Still has long on and deep mid wicket, the captain. No one back there, that is behind square. Easy pickings again. Shefali Verma is on the charge.
I think yes, she stepped, she took one step and then because she found it onto her legs, she immediately changed to a shot that she usually doesn't play, but it gets her the runs. And India moves on to 27. And these two batters at the moment have played a lot many matches together as an opening pair for India that they know each other's game so well. Whether Smriti sometimes takes the aggressive route when Shefali is finding it difficult or the other way around. But both of them have played enough to know each other so well.
Yeah, they complement each other so well. And Shefali Verma, on a home season she's had, incredible test match. Sometimes think that a longer format is where we may see destroy bowling attacks even more. I think she'd naturally be consistent T20 player, but it is hard for anyone to have that sort of consistency in the shortest format. It's got the intensity of an open net at the moment. India just doing this so easily. Shefali gets 3 boundaries. Smriti Mandhana does not want to fall behind. Just pierces the gap with ridiculous ease.
Well, there's not much pace on the wicket, so I think anything pitching short gives the batter that much time to find the gap, dispatch it for a boundary, whether it is Shefali Verma or it is Smriti Mandhana. They're so good immediately rocking back and punishing those short balls.
Another over that's gone for double digits. 4 gone, India 33 without loss. Formidable batting lineup. Hemlata, Harmanpreet, Jemima Rodrigues, Richa Ghosh back in the side, Shreyanka Patil, Deepti Sharma. Highly doubt that most of those names are going to be called into action. Pooja Vastrakar. For India, it's about continuing with that winning feeling, winning momentum. Squad should feel good going into the World Cup. This is just the opening game. Will be expected to meet Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, or one of them at least. Well, they've tried to plug the gap on the offside with 4 fielders in the ring, but Smriti will see it as a challenge. Challenge for Harmanpreet Kaur is to go one step further come the ICC Women's T20 World Cup in Bangladesh in October. This is the Asia Cup squad. They backed players that have been playing in the last 12 months or so. Wonder what the injury status is on Yastika Bhatia, but otherwise it seems like a squad that's likely to remain those names on it. Mithali?
I think they've retained the core members of the squad and made them play every series that has in the last couple of years, allowing the core to form a good unit, because you can always have 2-3 changes in your playing 11, but the core has to remain and they have to be in form before the big event.
I'm sure we'll get to see some of those players not in the playing 11 today in games going forward. Asha Shobna is living her dream. Capped at ripe age of 33. Now a chance to win major event. Up and over from Shefali. We're still inside the power play, and we are seeing some proper power play batting from India's top order.
This is her strength. This is Shefali Verma's strength. Anything pitched up in her radar, that is going to fly, I think. And that is precisely why the bowlers have to bowl a really tight length. Maybe short of length, short of good length is what they need to bowl at a consistent level, because anywhere you miss your length, you will be taken to the corners.
Yeah, shoulders just dropping, and they need someone to just provide a moment of magic. Keeper needs to keep the voices up, otherwise it's just one-way traffic. There was width there on offer.
She have a change in the field. She has got a third man up in the circle and pushed mid-on to long on, and still bowls outside off stump.
That's a rather recent career highlight. just last month. Double 100. Elegant, effective, and just simply stunning to watch.
I think that was a good shot. Nothing majorly done. Played to the merit of the ball. Played it with good high elbow through the gap. I think here Fatima Sanan needs a little bit of help here. Of course, you have the captain walking up to the bowler. Maybe she's not bowling according to her field when she has two fielders at the boundary line on the onside, but her length, her line is on the offside.
They're off to a flyer now, India. Shefali striking at 160. Gee, it's flying off the bat. India flying at the moment, 42 without loss after 5.
India off to a flyer. 42 without loss from 5 over the openers, complementing each other beautifully. Shefali off to 29 from 19 with a strike rate of 152. Smriti Mandhana is taking her time, and we can say Shefali is giving her the leeway and the time to just play with your own style, your own pace. Got two giants in the commentary box as well. One from Ireland, the other one from Pakistan. Good evening, girls.
Settle down.
Pakistan squad, oh, you talk about this. Stand, admire, deliver.
I just want to bring your attention to the balance here for this shot. This is what makes Smriti Mandhana so good. Look at her balance here as she hits this. Doesn't even move. She has the width, but even when it's closer to her than that, she's able to find the gap because she's able to be moving away from the ball as she's hitting it. That's the strength in her core that enables her to find that gap with ease.
Yeah, speaking about ease, another one off the back foot, and that was a freebie. Marina, it's ordinary bowling.
Well, as you say, got some slack for the leg spinners. 50 up already without any wicket. These are easy pickings. He just rocked back, picked up the length pretty quickly. There was no one controlling the boundary. Scant effort from Pakistan.
Talk about the squad. So when performances don't come, when results don't come, of course, changes are made. As they always say, change is the only constant. Would you want to see some changes in the squad in the next game? Because by the look of it, this is heading India's way. We'll run the squad on the screen, Marina, and take us through it. Any changes you'd want to see next game?
Probably bring in Najiha Alvi. She's a genuine wicket keeper. I do understand that in terms of extending the batting lineup, they opted Muniba to put the gloves up, but having a genuine keeper does help, and she's a very proactive player, adds value with the bat as well. Other than that, I think Diana does struggle a little bit. He hasn't had a good year.
This game's not over yet, but by the way, India's batting. Oh, that's a beautiful one. Slog sweep into the backward square leg region for a 6.
Well, she's played this on line, picked it up really early, Shefali Verma. She's held the swing back for an absolute age. Look how quickly it comes around. It's her wrists that are just so incredible. Adds so much pace, and that's why she finds the boundary with ease, not only with 4s, but with 6s as well.
In sport, we always talk about the fact that nothing can rival the mystery of live sport. But by the look of it, if you see, this is heading one direction. Things can change. We don't say that things don't change. Isabel, if there are some lessons to be learned from Pakistan, what are they today?
Well, they just haven't been at the races at all and haven't stood with the pressure being put on by India. I think what they've done is when they've scored boundaries with their batting, they haven't recognised that the India bowlers are going to change their plans. They haven't been able to adjust, so that's the batting side. And bowling, they haven't bowled their fields.
And there are days too. There are days when whatever you do just doesn't happen, doesn't go your way. 6 overs gone, 57 without loss. When you talk about this power play, this has been fire on display. You talk about stroke making, you talk about the shot selection, you talk about using the depth of the crease, you talk about elegance and flair and finesse and poise. We've seen everything.
Well, when there's been an opportunity to hit boundaries, that Indian batters have helped themselves, and whenever it hasn't been there to hit for boundary, they've found the single. The stroke making has been brilliant, the striking as well, and they found the gaps. Look how easily she's hit that. Hasn't even tried to hit that too hard. Brilliant batting from India.
What India was successfully able to do, Marina, was the fact that they were able to make the batsmen come out of the comfort zone and play their shots. Pakistan has not been able to do that.
A couple of things here, especially when it comes to Pakistan's bowling and even batting. What India did exceptionally well was they had a game plan, but the execution was spot on. And they did their homework against certain batters. They knew what the weaker areas were, and I think Pakistan has lacked. We all know where Shafali is strong, where Mandana will hammer you, and the line and length have been poor.
A little bit of better execution. And mind you, talent-wise, they're second to none when we talk about Pakistan. It's just sometimes we have an off day in sport as well. Sometimes what you see on screen may not be necessarily good in the tournament to follow. Results may be different. You'll have a new day, new challenge for India. Maybe a better day or better series lies ahead for Pakistan.
Well, if there's one team that you never know what you're going to get, it's Pakistan. Sometimes they come out all guns blazing. Sometimes they just put up a performance like this, but you are always interested. As someone who is obviously not for one side or the other, you're still always excited to see Pakistan take the field, because as I said, you just don't know what's going to come out. But unfortunately for them today, they just haven't been at the races.
Yeah, sometimes you'll be hoping that, of course, they turn out and they give their best. That's not going to happen. Sometimes when you think that, oh, last performance was not there, and suddenly they'll surprise you. So they can surprise you both ends. But this is one game where a lot of lessons to be learned, no doubt about that. Smriti makes room. She thought once, twice, third time, and then decides, let me just pat it to mid-wicket. Pakistan fixtures. Nepal, July the 21st, 6:30 p.m. They play an evening game again. Then 2 days later from then, the third game of the fixture. Backfoot punch, nicely played. He'll keep strike. She was jogging for the first run. The partner was saying, why don't you run quickly? There was a chance for the second as well. 7 gone, 58 without loss. India will play their next game on the 21st, day after tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. afternoon game, and they'll be playing it against UAE, and then they play an evening game on the 23rd versus Nepal. Nepal, mind you, they got their first win in the history of Women's Asia Cup after what, 8 losses spread over 3 Asia Cups. That means something.
It was just so good to watch, wasn't it? Because they've been over here playing practice matches for a while. Nepal, they've put a lot of work coming into this tournament. They clearly knew their plans, very few extras, and they've gone out and put out the perfect performance and got their first win. Very deserving winners, and it's brilliant to see what it meant to them as well.
Yeah, a win that has eluded them for so long. Mid-wicket, powerful 4. Then you've got timing as well. It's a fantastic combo.
It's a clear struggle for Tuba Hassan. Just shuffling across, knew exactly where the fielder was. One knee down, straight out of the middle of the bat. As a bowler, you need to keep eyes on feet moving, how the batter uses the crease. It's important to understand.
India wants to win this early, and the sooner you score that, you improve your net run rate. Now the field has been sent back straight away because the shower played. Now the shares we've got so many more tricks are back.
Come on, Tubes! Well, Smriti is very good over extra cover, but she'll find it difficult to play Tuba Hassan there. So the straight fielder's up, square leg has gone back. But she does find the gap. There is extra cover. It's so difficult to set a field to these two batters. So many strong areas, and that's a brilliant shot from Smriti Mandana.
That's a treat for sore eyes.
Smart batting. She forced that previous shot by going across and playing that sweep shot just to make another opening towards the offside, and that's exactly what she's done. Picked up the spot nicely.
Why do left-handers look more elegant than right-handers?
It's just a mystery, but you're right, they really do. Disappointing line that from Tuba Hassan. She just put the fielder back on the leg side, and then she floats one up outside the off stump.
Paul Collingwood was once training in the gym, so he's running on the treadmill and he was looking in the screen, so it was a reverse image coming in the mirror there. He saw an elegant left-hander. He turned back and he saw he was himself. So he said, I've never looked so elegant as a right-hander as I looked as a left-hander. He was watching his own highlights. What a shot! Over mid-off. They want to finish this early.
She's got no answers here, Tuba Hassan. She's playing with the field here, is Smriti Mandana. Mid-off comes up, well, I'll just lift it right over her head. Used to the leg side, doesn't bother running. 3 4s in the over.
Yeah, rivalry put aside, but I enjoy watching Smriti bat. Elegant.
Grace, elegance, poise, she's got everything, and then the best part is she knows when to use the bottom hand as well. When to change gears as well. Oh, we're talking about the tricks that she has. She says, okay, it's not about the straight, I can play that shot as well. Well manufactured, laughing, smiling, enjoying.
When you're on, you're on. She thought, I'm having a good day, I'm going to give this one a go, and why not? She couldn't have got a better delivery for it. She kind of shuffled across, didn't look too comfortable, but Tuba Hassan helps her out, bowls one down leg, and she gets yet another boundary.
Tuba is running out of ideas.
Yeah, we'll talk about the fact that India's completely bulldozed their way in this contest. Taking the first run quickly here. Will that be a boundary? It just might be. It's a long chase for two fielders there. Oh, the bat wins. It's a boundary. 8 gone, 76, 79, I beg your pardon, without loss. If not a cricketer, chef. She's cooking the bowling at the moment. Favorite athletes, Serena Williams. Favorite cricketers, Kumar Sangakkara and Sachin Tendulkar. 79 without loss in 8. India seriously want to improve or have a good net run rate right at the start of the tournament. Sooner you win, the better it is. And just to update the fans and the viewers, it is not by how many wickets you win. How many wickets you win does not improve your net run rate. How many wickets remaining do you win? It adds to your net run rate. .29 needed from 71. What is one good takeaway, Izzy, from this one for Pakistan?
It's how they perform from now. Every opportunity, every ball is an opportunity. Can we take a wicket? How many can we take? How long can we keep them out here? Those are all small wins that they have to try and chase in this game.
Talk about Smriti's innings. Two things guaranteed: finesse and flair. And then she can also pick the one that's pitched within the stumps to mid-wicket. Off the back foot, uses the depth of the crease beautifully well. Both sides of the wicket. Flamboyance as well. Stroke making, decision making, shot selection, perfect. Will there be a chance? No, it is not.
Well, she's earned that mistake, Shefali Verma, because they've hit so well through and over the field that they forced the fielders back. So if you have a false shot, as long as you don't pick the fielder out, you're going to be safe.
27 required now. Tournament that has 8 teams for the first time, mind you. Last edition we had 7. Both the openers. The good thing is that India, Marina, never fiddled with their opening pair in the T20 version. It is these two. Consistency also pays. Okay, talk about tomorrow. Afternoon game, Malaysia versus Thailand for you. We're going to have a double header tomorrow as well. We'll also tell you what the second encounter is going to be. Is there a second run for the batter there? No, it's not. They'll have to be content with just one. And then evening game, Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh, 6:30. Home team play their first encounter against a team that actually won it in 2018 when they beat India twice, not just once. Oh, she wanted to slog it on the onside first, then changed her decision at the end. There was a high backlift to start with. A single to stay content with 84 without loss. To Shefali Verma, Smriti Mandhana, 45 unbeaten. Shefali was quick off the blocks, but Mandhana has really caught up with her as far as strike rate is concerned. Now she's playing with a better strike rate, 155s.
Well, an over of 21 runs will help with that. She scored 20 of them. So she very much caught up with Shefali Verma and actually overtook her in terms of scoring. Just ahead of her in strike rate.
Another leggy in the playing 11, Sayeeda Roopsha, included in the squad. Led Pakistan in Under-19 World Cup. A brilliant fielder, a better bowler if she gets the areas right. She is one of those which can turn with a bit of pace. Has struggled with the length lately.
Designing the onside. Up in the air, that will not be the wicket they're looking for. Twice she's gone aerial in the last couple of overs and it has landed between 3 fielders this time around.
We talked at the pitch report about this, didn't we? When the spinners bowl short, it just sticks a little bit. It's not got up at all. Shefali Verma thought she had seen her last delivery for the game, but she played through the shot. That was important. Managed to lift it over the infield. She's still out there.
Forget about the teams. You've ticked most boxes today. Smiles, the tiny joys of life. Hema waiting for a turn. Pakistan searching for the first wicket, but this has been clinical from India so far.
Really smart batting from Mandhana there, because she wouldn't have seen too much of Roopsha. She's just having a quick look. That was a good delivery. And Shefali Verma and Mandhana trying to catch up with Healy and Mooney. They're doing a good job of it here. Could they do it this tournament?
Quite Bit of possibility, you never know. Dances down the track. Gone. Straight into the hands of the mid-wicket fielder. And there was a lot of wrath from the fielder after catching that.
Big wicket for Pakistan. Arup Shah, she'll be delighted. Got back into the squad. Probably got too close to the delivery, couldn't really get the elevation. Alia Riaz on the receiving end. A big relief for Pakistan, gets the first breakthrough. A big wicket, but brilliant innings by Smriti Mandhana. Gone on 45. India 85 for 1.
Finally got a wicket and wanted to go aerial, wanted to go over short mid-wicket. In the process, just hitting straight to the fielder. And Alia making no mistake. It's a drinks interval.
Well, finally a moment. Well, finally a moment to celebrate for Pakistan. And that brings Hemlata in at 3. Arup Shah's return to the Pakistan side, batted just 3 balls before she was run out and of her 3rd ball. Counting for the wicket of Smriti Mandhana. Dayalan Hemlata has added a significant option as part of India's T20 plans, filling in the number 3 spot to allow Jemima Rodrigues to play a different role. Marina Iqbal still with me, Mithali Raj as well. Smriti Mandhana, pursuit of her 50.
And I think she was going quite well, playing all round the ground, whether it is a cover drive, over the long off. I think there she went too close to the ball to actually go the aerial route. But she played a very good innings.
Successful over for Arup Shah, 86 for 1 India. see the kids in attendance. Lived up as a contest, but still a long way to go in this tournament. India just 23 away now. And that wicket actually triggered some emotion from Ali Arias. Took the catch and just slammed the ball into the ground, almost in frustration that we're better than this. Should have put on a better show. That's what Marina Iqbal would have done. Announced to the rest of the team, just bang the ball down. Mithali would have been fined in her day.
Marina, would you? Would you do that?
Cries for catch it. Just sums up the day. It had some topspin on it. Was always going to cut away after bouncing. Niram Javed, not her brightest moment in the field. Hemlata has 4.
Slogs right in. These are the basics. No excuse for this at international level. She's played a lot to understand that.
This time on the offside, much more in control, thoroughly deserving. Back-to-back boundaries for Dayal and Hemlata.
She plays this shot really well, Hemlata, because she picks the length quick. She went behind, withdrew herself a little bit because that was on the stump line, but she really timed the ball quite well to dispatch it for a boundary.
And again, just pierces the gap on the offside. Easy pickings. Hemlata is joining the party.
Yeah, as a bowler, you need to understand if you give and allow width. This one even more contemporary. Previous one, she created that room, but as a bowler, you need to have protection. Nashra being a left arm bowler, conceded 2 deliveries in that area, and still everyone is in the circle from the offside.
I think the disappointing aspect for Pakistan would be how easy this chase has been for India. They've not had to play shot and anger, hardly been challenged. They almost get a boundary ball every over. Had 2 in this one, 1 unfortunate misfield. But it's an over that's productive. It produces 12. India 98 for 1.
.98 for 1, 11 overs gone. India need 11 from 54. The weekend fixtures for you. Tomorrow Malaysia, Thailand, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. Day after on Sunday, July the 21st, India versus UAE, Nepal versus Pakistan. This is how it is. 11 from 54 balls. 3 to 4 good contenders for the Player of the Match award as well today. Where's your heart, Isabel?
Bowlers Union over here. It's got to go to a bowler. They've set it up. They've set the win up. Doesn't matter that you've got 2 batters that have scored heavily. So it's got to be one of those bowlers for me.
Yeah, there was Vastrakar who set it up beautifully. 2 wickets. And Renuka was there, was very economical as well. 4 over 14s for 2 wickets. Then there was Deepti, 4 overs 31 runs and 3 wickets for her.
I can never understand this bias. Really, the bowler has 6 deliveries. Batters have only 1 delivery. If they're out, they're out. Scoring is much more harder. than containing runs or taking wickets.
We got you. We got where your heart is. So either it's going to be Smriti for you or it's either going to be Shefali today.
It's torn here in the commentary box. Where does your heart lie? Paddy?
I think if Shefali is unbeaten at the end, my heart will tilt towards her for that, because you're right. I mean, if the team has gotten out for a less score, there she is. Commentators, curse. This is it. The moment we're talking about her in the award, oh, that was rather sloppy from the batter there.
And just cost Shefali Verma the Player of the Match award. She was looking to finish this one off quickly. Gone between bat and pad. She's not going to see this one till the end, not going to pull the stump out, and the youngsters come into the team and taken 2 of the big guns. Shefali Verma goes for 40, just from just 29 deliveries. India 100 for 2.
The Indian captain, tons of experience. 27.87 the average, strike rate of 107. Don't judge her by that. She is a much better striker of the cricket ball than that. Shefali, we were saying great things about her. Oh, inside edge.
Yeah, Roopsha is not your conventional leg spinner. She's quicker through the air and it skids on. And again, not a big turner of the ball. Relies more on the flippers. And that's exactly what has undone Shefali.
Reads it from the hand beautifully this time around and keeps strike. 101 for 2. Eight required to seal this one.
150th T20I for Nida Dar. And I'm sure that's not the way she would have wanted to remember this achievement. The expression says it all.
It's a long tournament, mind you. 2 teams from each group qualify for the semi-finals. The first target now has to be to finish in the top 2, and they are capable of that. They've got the resources and the ammunition for that. One bad day doesn't make you a bad team. Up in the air yet again, wicket number 3. They are gifting it away at the moment.
Where was this 10 overs ago? That's what Nida Dar is saying. And you talked, Paddy, about what can they get out of this game, Pakistan. This is exactly what they could have got out of it. Just take some wickets at the end, finish the game on a high, gives Nida Dar something to smile about on her 150th cap. It's frustration for the batter, and that's what it means to Pakistan. Every single time they take an Indian wicket, it means a lot, even if it is in a losing cause, which it almost certainly is. Malatha goes for 14, India 102 for 3.
Jemima Rodriguez. We talk about nucleus of this batting order. She can play at 3, she can play at 5, she can play at 6.
She can sing, she can play guitar.
She can make bowlers dance to her tunes. At the moment, very sensible of her. Now what India needs to do is finish this off without losing more wickets. We're talking about the fact that, yeah, where was this earlier? I'm not talking about India's errors, I'm talking about the wickets that Pakistan were looking for.
Well, there's the smile that we've been waiting for Nida Dar. Finally comes. May have taken 12.2 overs and 102 runs, but it did come in the end.
Come in the end, and not a day Pakistan would love to remember, but a lot of lessons to be learned. And as we said, one bad day doesn't make you a bad team at all. It's a long tournament, and all they need to do is regroup, think over it, reassess situations. And when we talk about the matches that are going to come up next, what is this, Marina? Number 2 coming in from the dugout. She's still thinking, she's trying to decode.
They're thinking about go for another one. It's 2. 13 gone, 104 for 3.
Pakistan next plays Nepal on July the 21st. It's an evening game, and then UAE they play on July the 23rd. That's going to be an afternoon game. Pakistan's fixtures. It's very important they win the remaining 2, the group stages here. Marina is here with us. We'll look at India's fixtures as well. Marina still thinking how to decode what was being signaled from the dugout of Pakistan there. First we'll take a look at India's next fixtures, mind you. They play their next one on the 21st as well against UAE. It's a happy camp at the moment, and they'll be playing their game, and it's going to be an afternoon game for India. But the Nepal game that they play on the 23rd of July, it's going to be an evening game for them. Marina still thinking, the decoding.
I'll get back to you guys once I check with the coaching staff. It's pretty new for me as well.
Maybe the signal would change this time around. From 2, the number would be something else, isn't it?
I'll get all the numbers.
Yeah, what they were signaling the last time was 2 from the bench. Now that they've taken it away. In between they were flashing 5, 7.
You two need to learn what a code is. A code means that only the team knows what you're talking about. They're not going to tell us. If they are, it's going to be misinformation.
Very true, but that doesn't take away the fact that we can enjoy those moments as well. Now, how far away are we? 3 runs required for a win for India here. And last 3-4 overs have belonged to Pakistan, no doubt about that. And those will be the takeaways for them. That is what we were trying to talk about in the commentary a short while back. 2 for 7. Saeeda has bowled very well. Off the pass this time around. Trying to find a feet is the Indian captain.
Well, she's come back into the team and she's been fantastic, Saeeda Arubshat. Started off with a short delivery but bowled bravely to the 2 openers. Dismissed them both. Just 2 for 7 for a leg spinner coming in at that point. Very impressive.
Arub has the jersey number of 2, so we might have decoded that. They want her to continue.
I would love to hear from you, Marina. What are the takeaways for Pakistan in this one so far?
Well, definitely the thing that they have the ability to change the complexion of the game, but all they need to do is execute it better. They now are well aware what the surface will behave like. They got the first game out of their way. have a lot to look ahead now. And you never know, they can be facing India again in the finals.
And the scores are leveled, 1 run away. It's a relaxed looking Indian camp. And India are 1 run away from sealing victory here. They've been very dominant in this game, no doubt about that. Their planning, their execution, the togetherness in the field. 1 run away. Indian captain has looked at everyone in the field. There is just one fielder on the fence. Rest all of them inside the circle. Will she tap and run? No, she offers a little bit of more respect. She says, okay, next over. 14 gone, 108 for 3. I talk about, you know, tomorrow is a double-header, as is Sunday. We'll just run through the games that we're going to present for you tomorrow, right here from Dambulla on Star Network. Malaysia versus Thailand, that's the afternoon game for you. And then we will get to the evening game also for you, where the host nation will be in action. And the team, Bangladesh, that beat India in 2018. They were crowned champions. Not just once that tournament, they beat India twice. Okay, now back to mere formality. Scores are leveled, 1 run away. How many are inside the circle? How many are outside, I can tell you. Just 1. The rest, all of them inside. They want to say, okay, take your chances. In the process, if we get a wicket or 2, we don't mind this. Will she go aerial? Will she tap and run? Taps, captain says yes, and those are the winning runs. India have their signature on this game versus Pakistan. A win well deserved, a win well earned. They were clinical, they were precise, and they were bang on today.
A good solid foundation set by Shafali and Smriti Mandhana. Up the order, taking the responsibility, absorbing the pressure, and making sure that every opportunity provided to score runs, they went after it. Made it look very easy. But in the end, they did manage to get some wickets, Pakistan, but they have a lot to reflect on.
Only disappointment for India, 2 batters set. Shafali Verma 40 and Smriti Mandhana 45. So they'll be disappointed not to get half centuries from their 2 openers. Lose 3 wickets late on in the piece.
And I think they should take it to heart. And they should learn from their mistakes and expect Pakistan to come out. Remaining teams who Pakistan will be playing, beware. Because they'll be hungry and they'll be deadly dangerous from here on. India may have won by 7 wickets. Yes, they have. But don't count out Pakistan just yet.
The winning moment, all delighted, jubilant. Yet again, they have dominated the game against Pakistan. Brilliant spell by Renuka. Gave a lot of boost to her. But again, clinical batting performance from the openers. Could have finished the game, I agree with you, given the standards they both have and the reputation. But nonetheless, they've nailed another game and put an added win to their total.